The function is about to start. Request all of you to please be seated. Today's function comprises of two parts, the formal inauguration and orientation. We will also be felicitating the MRD and CNR Rao Scholarship awardees. To maintain the augustness of the occasion, request all of you to please put your cell phones in silent mode. Thank you so much for your cooperation again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chancellor and other officials have arrived at the venue. Please put your hands together and welcome them as they make their way to the dais. Welcome. A warm good morning once again, and also a hearty welcome to everyone present here. I am Mohana Lakshmi. I and Ms. Preeti Nair are the hosts for today's ceremony. Let us now seek enlightenment, protection, and divine intervention to be successful in all our endeavors. I invite Varsha of 7th semester CSE for the invocation song.
Shri Saraswati Namostute Shri Saraswati Namostute Varade Shri Saraswati Namostute Varade Shri Saraswati Namostute Paradevate Shri Saraswati Namostute Paradevate Shri Saraswati Namostute Paradevate Shri Pati Gauri Pati Guru Guha Vinute Vidhyuvate Shri Saraswati Namostute Paradevate Shri Pati Gauri Pati Guru Guha Vinute Vidhyuvate Shri Saraswati Namostute Vasanatraya Vivajita Varamuni Bhavita Murte Vasanatraya Vivajita Varamuni Bhavita Murte Vasavadya Khilani Jaravara Vitarana Bahukirte Vasavadya Khilani Jaravara Vitarana Bahukirte Dharahasa Yuta Mukhamburuhe Adbhuta Charanamburuhe Samsara Bhitya Pahe Sakala Mantrakshara Guhe Shri Saraswati Namostute Dharahasa Yuta Mukhamburuhe Adbhuta Charanamburuhe Samsara Bhitya Pahe Sakala Mantrakshara Guhe Shri Saraswati Namostute Paradevate Shri Pati Gauri Pati Guru Guha Vinute Vidhyuvate Shri Saraswati Namostute Thank you so much. Welcome to PES University.
Thank you. Thank you, Varsha. That was indeed a great start to the program. May I request Dr. Nagarjuna Sadineni, Pro Vice Chancellor, PES University, to welcome the gathering and introduce the dignitaries on the dais, to all of them present here.
Very good morning, all of you, on this lovely day at Bangalore. And hopefully, the rain god will actually keep us cool throughout the day with the clouds, but not really spell the water before we actually complete this program. So it's a great joy and pride that I'm here to welcome you to all the students who are joining into this year into engineering and pharmacy courses into this wonderful university, PES, and all the parents and the family members who have come in to support and see this important milestone for the students today as they transition from the high school and PU to university campus. I think as you step into the students, you are entering into this campus, it's not just the classrooms and the laboratories, but I think you are stepping into your dreams, your space of your dreams, possibilities, and new beginnings in your life. I think this is university undergraduation is the most important turning point in one's life, and we are all really very happy to welcome all of you to this event. And I think for you as students, this is the start of a remarkable journey, and that can be a real game changer in your life, that if you put your entire focus on what you want to do actually in your life, and this can be a very, very important turning point and game changer. And I think it's not just learning the subjects and the skills what you require, but you are also becoming how to think freely, be innovative, and as you go along in this journey after the undergraduation, you will and the post-graduation course in pharmacy, you will actually be able to step into life with higher confidence is what we are trying to prepare you for that. And I think it's not just the corridors will witness only your studies, but I think your laughters, your experiences, new friendships, a lot of things are actually up in the line at university. So we as entire PES university team, the faculty members, support staff, and the leadership team, all of us are here to see through you in this journey of life, which is very, very important stepping stone. And I would like to welcome the parents and family members specifically that thank you for bestowing the trust on us at PES University. While I'm sure most of you had a lot of choices, you have actually chosen PES University to put in your words, and I would like to thank all of you for that opportunity which you are giving to us. I think together we will help the students shape up in their career. And at PES, it's not just about earning a degree, but it is the holistic personality of students, how it gets developed in this process of education, and building resilience on what is required actually to face the life as you go out from here, and whatever route you take as a graduating outcome, be joining into an organization or getting into entrepreneurship or joining family business, or some of you might pursue the higher education. Whatever you do along with your good academic results, but we expect that this 4-year journey will actually shape you into a better individual as a holistic personality. And all the entire university is created around that, not just the education part of it, the academic part of it, and the various facilities and the sports, and creating different elements actually what is required for you to get onto this. So at this occasion, this is the legacy of our founder, Professor Doreswamy. While he's not with us in the physical form, but I think his blessings are always with us. And as now you're all coming into this family, and all our respects to our founder, Chancellor, Professor Doreswamy. So it's my privilege to introduce the dignitaries on the dais. Professor D. Jawahar, our Chancellor, whose vision and leadership has actually created tremendous position of this university in the world map. And we are very happy to have you with us, addressing all the family members and students today, Professor Jawahar. I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. J. Suryaprasad, a great academician, and he's the founder director of this campus, who has actually seen through over the last 20 years and how it has shaped actually this. And this year, is our 20th year in this campus. Thank you, Professor, for coming and addressing this team today. And we have Professor Ajoy Kumar with us, who is the COO, Chief Operating Officer. And what you see here is all his creation, wonderful creation of the infrastructure, which beats even the corporates, many corporates, and what the students and the families can actually see today as the infrastructure. All the credit goes to Professor Ajoy Kumar. So I would like to welcome our university senior representatives, Dr. Sridhar, who is our registrar and dean of placements, and who has been with the university taking care of the placements and positioning us as one of the largest placements university in India. And we have Professor Harsha, who is our Chief Technology Officer, who is actually embracing us into the new world of AI. He runs as CTO of the university, and he also runs a startup which is created by us to manage artificial intelligence into the university called forgood.ai. So thank you, Professor Harsha, for joining us. And we also have our controller of examinations, Dr. Karthik, who manages the entire university's examination system and all the head of the departments. And we have Dean of R&D, Dr. Manikantan, from the university perspective, and various chairpersons, including our medical school and engineering, pharmacy, FOMC, every chairperson and the faculty members here. Welcome all of you here for joining and supporting this orientation and the inauguration program today. We are truly honored with all your presence. Once again, welcome all the students and the family to the university, and those of you who are coming for the first time, and I'm sure you will have an opportunity to also go around after the orientation session and look at the university campus. And may this the beginning of a journey that shapes not just your careers, but also your character and your destiny. Thank you once again, and welcome all of you to this great beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Nagarjuna Sadineni is an innovation-driven leader who, prior to taking over as the Pro-Vice Chancellor of PES University, was associated with the tech giant Wipro. A firm believer in lifelong learning, he continually works on acquiring new skills and exploring emerging domains. His enthusiasm, wisdom, and experience constantly inspire and motivate all of us. We welcome you to this inaugural function, sir.
Light symbolizes divine energy, illuminating the path of righteousness and dispelling darkness from both the physical and metaphysical realms. I request the dignitaries to kindly join in for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada. Shatru buddhi vinashaya Deepajyotir namostute. Deepajyotir namostute. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada.
This year's inauguration actually fills our heart with mixed emotions as we are once again reminded of the absence of our beloved founder Chancellor, Dr. M.R. Doreswamy, who left us for his heavenly abode early this year. He was a visionary leader, inspiring educator, someone who has dedicated his entire life to the pursuit of excellence in education, healthcare, and betterment of society. Though he is no longer physically in our midst, his principles continue to guide us, and at PES, we stay committed to walking the path he illuminated for us. So, we are offering floral tributes to Dr. MRD and Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, whose rich legacies continue to inspire and shape PES.
PES University nurtures academic excellence among students by identifying and rewarding meritorious students every semester. To celebrate the academic accomplishments of our students, monetary incentives and scholarship worth 100 crores has been dispersed since its inception. MRD merit scholarships are awarded to top 5% of students in all programs of study who secure a CGPA of above 9. It's now time to honor our young achievers. For paucity of time, we are calling upon only the top 2 performers from various programs onto stage. I request our Chancellor, Professor D. Jawahar, to kindly hand over the certificates to the awardees. I extend heartiest congratulations to all the recipients and request the audience to cheer for them as they come to collect their awards. I now invite R.G. Nitik from B.Tech Computer Science, who has secured an outstanding CGPA of 9.92, to come on to the stage and receive the award. Next, I call upon R. Pooja from B.Tech Computer Science with an excellent CGPA of 9.92 onto the stage to receive the award. I next invite Joshua Jason from B.Tech Electronics and Communication with a CGPA of 9.65 to the stage. Next, I call upon Nirmita from B.Tech Electronics and Communication, who has secured CGPA of 9.25 onto the stage to receive the award. Next, I call upon Srishti Saha from B.Tech AIML, who has secured CGPA of 9.71 to the stage. Next, I invite Sai Nikita from B.Tech AIML, who has secured CGPA of 9.58 to the stage. I call upon S. Swati from B.Pharm, who has secured an excellent CGPA of 9.95 to May I invite Reshma JS from PharmD, who has achieved 93.8% to the stage to receive the award.
Thank you. Our Chief Operating Officer, Professor Ajoy Kumar, is often entrusted with the most challenging responsibilities at the university, and he consistently accomplishes each one of them with remarkable finis. Deeply committed to the core values of PES, he inspires each one of us to give our absolute best in every endeavor. I request Professor Ajoy Kumar to kindly deliver the inaugural address.
Good morning. Morning. All right, let me start today by telling you what PS has been doing since 7 o'clock today, 7 a.m. today. So there's a small video that we'll try to play for you. Girish? Well, this is called the Amateur Manager and Scientist festival that we have for all the school children. We had close to about 7,000 kids from across about 450 schools. We had close to about 800 kids from out of station who came and participated in this event. Wonderful applause should go to all the student volunteers and people who have done that event. Just to tell you that, your brothers and sisters may be attending there, and we are committed to quality education and the quality experience wherever you are, whichever school you are. If I could get that first slide there, Girish. Yeah, I've just cut like 6 slides, and I just want to make sure that my talk travels around this space. I see many of the parents being very, very happy today. Why? Because, one simple reason. Because of the fact that since December, none of your kids have actually gone to school. There's been some study holidays or the other. And their main friends have probably been Swiggy and Zepto. Right? And then unwanted chips packet comes home. And the mother and father is eating because he is not eating it. This whole story is going so sour right now that the parents are ready to push them out of the house and say, Pa, saka pa, sako. Hoga pa, kind of a concept, right? And we are also very worried here at PES because, see, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, almost 8 months. Yeah, you've done physics, chemistry, math, we understand that. But the last 2.5 months, you thought it is, open sesame. So we don't even know if you guys know how a book looks like. But nevertheless, we will attempt. Next, Krish. This concept called the turning point, right? Even the milkman has been advising you on what are the exams you need to write. CET bariri, Comet K bariri, VIT bariri, SARM bariri, PESAT illa ivaga, JEE bari bego. And somebody, wonderful uncle of yours, always told you, 10th, 11th, 12th, this is your turning point. Ivag ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡು, ಅಭಿ ಥೋಡಾ ಪಡ್ಲೆ. You will really go far in life. What we are here to tell you at PES is, welcome to PES University. ಇನ್ನು 4 ವರ್ಷ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದ್ಬಿಡು. Read a little bit more. And for the smart ones, people will realize that after you finish this 4 years, you'll have to work a little harder to maintain your job and so on and so forth. As long as you keep that graph going on the upward direction, you are good. And therefore, please understand, there is nothing like the turning point. It is a lifelong journey of learning, especially with the technology today. You have to be learning all the while. I've been looking at the latest news. Trump, Gaza, floods in Mumbai. So I made a conscious attempt to say, please give me the optimistic news only in and around Electronic City. The only news I got was this wonderful line we have called the metro line. Right? This metro for us, I don't know what it is called, yellow, pink, blue. For us, it is the diamond line. We've been waiting for it so long that hopefully it will give us some reprieve and help our students a lot. Hopefully make them stay back later in campus, enjoy the surroundings here, and able to also get back home in time. Next. What should you really be doing here at PES? Well, the concept is, as far as academia is concerned, you have to look at fundamentals. Understand whatever it is there, fundamentals are where it all lies. Utilize all the campus resources very well. A lot of stuff has been done for you so that you can take some time, especially with the metro being here. It's wonderful for you to sort of take some time and spend time on campus. The concept of AI in tech, it's here to stay. It is pretty scary. But if we really go back to the concept of why we did not allow you to use calculators in your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, at least the world is saying that we are smart in something. We are going to attempt to make sure that you will do some, at least 40, 50% of the work without the influence of AI, and the rest, 40, 50% of the work, using all the tools available for you to excel. Our thought process here with respect to AI has always been the fact that given a set, I don't want to use RAG, I don't want to use agent, but the fact is given a set of 2-3 documents, the output the AI gives out and the output that you give out should be little better or be the same. So given the same starting point, you should be there, which means your fundamentals should be there, your thought process should be there, the way you analyze the situation and the problem should be there, and the outcome should also be there. And that's our thought process as far as AI is concerned at PES. The next step is with respect to practical and skill development. Do something. Participate in hackathons, Learn new hands-on skills. Very, very important, to have that additional dimension. It's not the third most important thing, but the most important thing I say is personal well-being. Stop your junk food seriously. By the time so many people that we see kids joining in PES, they will be 50 kgs. By the time they pass out, they will be 150 kgs. So the concept that is there is you people really do put on weight. And at this young age, it is definitely not advisable. Please play. Please spend some time doing a lot of activities and physical activities as such. And live a screen-free life as much as possible. Of course, the fourth important thing is networking. Please do a lot of good networking, build professional relationships, talk, the talk with respect to shop talk technical to people and so on and so forth. I also did my, rudimentary approach to say that, hey, AI, I'm addressing these students. What should I really address? What should I really talk about? One of the salient things that, it's been clear is it all gives me these positive things. Do that, read, discipline yourself, take notes properly, attend class. This is what exactly that is saying. But what it really means is the collective wisdom that is there in the net today is telling you that that is the way to go. 5 years back, it was probably some search on the net. 15 years back, it was the books for us and motivational talks. Thousands of years back, it was probably the scriptures which told us to do the same thing. So something is being telling us that if you follow those fundamental practices of discipline, you will be perfectly fine. One thing that AI sort of really does not talk about, for me is extremely important, is the experience you have here at PES University. The experience at PES University is only guided by your peers. Understand something. If you have a bunch of kids that you surround yourself with who go to the gym every day, you will go to the gym every day. If you have a bunch of kids who attend hackathons on a regular basis, you will attend hackathons. If you have a bunch of kids who spend 5 to 10 minutes every day talking technical, talking about a project, talking about what they want to do, talking about how to improve their LinkedIn account, you will also do that. Which means to say that the surrounding that you keep, the people that are your peers, the people who really educate you for more than 50% of the time, are very, very important. It's foregone conclusion to tell you that the people that you surround yourself with will make it the man or the woman. And this saying has been true since decades. It continues to be true today and more relevant today. Please make sure that you surround yourself with people who are positive, who want to improve themselves, who want to do well. And if that group is not providing that, please pass it on and move along. In conclusion, I want to leave you with the concept of values. Next, Girish. And this concept called the prisoner's dilemma. This prisoner's dilemma is a wonderful story that basically is used in game theory concepts. So you catch two people who are prisoners, put them in a cell, have talked to them, and the thing goes that should both of them confess, should one of them confess, or should the other confess, getting lesser present time and so on and so forth. There's a whole game theory to it. And they use that for economics, for politics. Economics, why do two companies go and have price wars when both the companies know that staying the price at the same time is better for them? Same thing with why are we on this arms race when we could say we should not be in this arms race. So this business dilemma talks about a lot of things. But the one beautiful game theory concept that I always got was this concept of how to spend and what to spend. And they made a wonderful scenario out of this. They had a bunch of houses, like a big apartment complex. And all of them were driving normal cars there. They introduced 1 or 2 luxury cars into that space. In 2 to 3 years' time, you had close to 30-40% of the people owning luxury cars. And the same example is true. Friends get together. Somebody gets a watch. Somebody else also gets a watch. We are caught in this prison, this concept of trying to always live up to somebody else's expectations. That is the biggest crime of them all. When you are here at PES, I hope you will listen to the Chancellor's speech in its entirety and understand the time at how many times he will talk about frugality and how many times he talks about how to save your money and how to spend your money less and how to be wise with it and so on and so forth. With these few words, I welcome this august gathering. Brilliant to see all these young minds out here. Thank you so much for coming. And parents, wonderful round of applause to you guys. Kids, you have worked very hard till now. I understand all those exams, all those stuff that you have done so far. Now is the time for you to enjoy. This is your podium. This is your day. Welcome to PES. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We will now move on to the CNRO scholarship distribution. These scholarships are awarded to top 20% of students for securing semester grade point average of 8.5 and above. I request our Chancellor, Professor D. Jawahar, to hand over the certificates to the awardees. Once again, for the paucity of time, we are calling upon only the top 2 performers from various programs onto stage. I invite Riona Gina D'Souza from B.Tech Computer Science, who has secured SGP of 9.46, to come to the stage and receive the award. Next, I call upon Aditya Srivatsa from B.Tech Computer Science, who has secured SGP of 9.21 to the stage. Next, I call upon Karan Varshne from B.Tech Electronics and Communication, who has secured SGP of 8.96 to the stage. Next, I call upon Ritika D., who has secured SGP of 8.88 to the stage. I invite Sanshray Satyan from B.Tech AIML, who has secured SGP of 9.13 to the stage. I call upon Priya HP from B.Pharm, who has secured SGP of 9.72 to the stage to receive the award. I invite Shrisha S. from PharmD, who has achieved 89.2% to the stage to receive the award. I request all the awardees of MRD and CNRO scholarship to come on to the stage for a group photograph. Dr. J. Suryaprasad is a dynamic leader who stands at the forefront of all the endeavors that we embark on at PES. He continues to inspire us and set the highest standards, serving as a guiding force in our collective journey towards excellence. May I request Dr. J. Suryaprasad, Vice Chancellor, PES University, to deliver the presidential address.
Very good morning. Can I have the lights on, please? I think I have some wonderful people in this audience. I would love to see them. I hope they're not searching for the switch right now. Okay, very good morning. Dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Chancellor of PES University, Professor D. Jawahar, Chief Operating Officer of PES University, Professor Ajoy Kumar, Pro Vice Chancellor, PES University, Nagarjuna, Controller of Examination, Professor Karthik, my colleague, Professor K. S. Sridhar, Registrar of PES University, Chief Technology Officer of PES University, Professor Harsha, Dr. Hari Prasad, Dean of PSUI MSR, Dr. Sarvanan, Dean of Pharmacy, PES University, Dr. Manikandan, Dean of Research, PES University, chairpersons of various programs of study at the university at both the campuses, respected faculty members, dear parents, and lovely students who are embarking on a new journey at PES University. At the outset, a very warm welcome to the portals of PES University to all of you. What is PES University? Professor Ajoy did show some videos of what just transpired. Maybe it's starting at 7 a.m. in the university. But that's something that's happening at the other campus. But what is truly PES University is something that you would have experienced it today. 10:30 was the program time that was indicated, and the program starts at 10:30 a.m. That's what's the first introduction to you about PES University. All dignitaries are present. Of course, you can excuse Professor Ajoy. He had to run a few errands, and then trying to be at multiple places at the same time is something that he loves doing. But being present, discipline is not just for people off the stage, but it's for people who are present on the stage, who are going to be leading you through your journey. PES University, when it does indicate that there are certain things that needs to happen, it does happen at that specific time. That's where we take a lot of pride about what it is and what it continues to be. This event itself, inauguration, orientation, recognizing these scholarship holders, something that started about over 3 decades ago. If you take a look at not just the audience, but on the stage also, all stakeholders are present here in this particular auditorium who are going to be contributing and ensuring that the future is going to be secure, not just in your family, in the state, in the country, but across the globe itself. When I say all stakeholders, the students are present, the parents are present here, faculty are present, the management is present, clearly creating a very festive atmosphere to ensure that you understand what is PES, and PES is there to make you clearly be available
for all your needs and wants, especially towards creating that fantastic individual for tomorrow. Due to paucity of time, we did recognize only about 15 odd of them present here today. MRE scholarship, which is given to 5% of the students, they get 50% tuition reimbursement, fee reimbursement, irrespective of the door that they have entered into PES. In a year, they are able to get 50% of their fee back. It's a huge pride and accomplishment wherein we give that a larger platform to showcase that, yes, they are worthy enough and they can do substantially well, wherein not just they are proud, the parents are proud, and we are also giving that particular opportunity to take that or participate in that wonderful achievement of theirs. Another 20% of them get 40% tuition fee reimbursement. It's not a small amount, but over the period of time, over 100 crores has been given out by PES University only to recognize merit. This itself is a testament of any scale in any part of the globe that you might take a look, wherein PES truly recognizes merit and merit alone. This is another part of PES that you should all be aware about. But there are no shortcuts for merit. It's always going to be like what Professor Ajoy did mention. Till 10th, till 12th, just study, ensure that you get into a good institution, your life is set, and so on. But yes, we are all lifelong learners. When I say we are all lifelong learners, just to put that in perspective, just on this dais, collectively, more than 75 years of experience in academia is what you can see just on this dais. Over 75 years of experience in academia should clearly tell it's pushing to over a century of experience being in academia. PES itself is about 52 years young. Started in a very small gymnasium with just about 32 students, which has grown to close to about 22,000 plus students spread across multiple campuses. It's not happened overnight. This journey has been something fantastic. We've also been a part of this journey, very close, upfront, enjoying. It's never been a roller coaster ride, but it's been a fantastic ride for all of us who have been associated. The new ones who are getting into it, trust me, you will enjoy this ride too. But there are certain things that I would want to kind of remove. These misnomers that are there. Professor Ajoy did mention enough of this long vacation at home. Your major friends being Swiggy and Zomato. Parents are also eagerly looking forward to, but at the same time, I'm sure everybody present here, whether it's parent or students, would look at PES. Why do you want to get into PES? You might have all your reasons. One among that is going to be PES is very strict. Okay? What does it mean? When we say PES is very strict, if we tell an event is going to be at 10:30 and we start at 10:30, if you say we are very strict, yes, we are very strict. We love to be strict that way. If we're going to indicate a calendar of events in our university, that these are all the various things that are going to be happening to you at the beginning of the semester itself, and those events do happen on time, as planned, if that's very strict, yes, we are very strict. If there is a timetable given out by a specific department indicating this is what's going to be the class and this is going to be the faculty member, and that faculty member engages at that specific time, and you tell PES is very strict, yes, we are very strict. lo behold, if your ward has not attended the class, and we go and ask them why you didn't attend the class, and if that's very strict, yes, we are very, very strict. You'll come here to learn from the best in the field of education. That's what PES is known for. And if you're not doing very well in that exam, and we ask you, why are you not doing very well in the exam? And if that is very strict, yes, we are very strict. We need to understand what it actually means. It's not strict. We are concerned. We truly are going to stay with the words that we have articulated, and the experience that you should have in PES should not be below par to any other organization anywhere else. When I tell you in this audience, we have all the stakeholders, that's the reason why we all congregate here on this day to welcome you with open hands to this fantastic learning experience which you would want to embark on, and stay true to what we are going to be committing. But at the same time, are you also going to commit to what you are here for? You come here with a lot of aspirations. You want those aspirations to come to fruition. Just by aspiring, it's not going to be possible. Just inspiration is not going to be sufficient. You need to turn that into action. And that has already started. The day you've already made the decision to be a part of PES University, you've already taken that action. Now is when the live thing is going to be starting from Monday onwards. Not just for the 4 years that you're going to be here, but for lifelong. Because you're going to be learning so many things, not just in the classroom, but in the environment itself, which is going to create that wonderful you who's going to be something in the world tomorrow. And that's something wherein we are going to be taking a lot of pride on the sidelines, cheering you, ensuring all the way that you can reach to the pinnacle of what you have destined for. That's what is PES. I think that's where it makes a huge difference for all of us in PES, wherein we look at your success and we are your cheerleaders. Today we might be here on the stage welcoming you wholeheartedly, but you will not find better cheerleaders than what you can find in PES, wherein every faculty member, every chairperson, every dean, every management is so happy for every achievement. If at all a student who is part of PES gets a salary package of 60 lakh plus, the most happiest person in this entire gathering is the faculty members, the placement officer, the registrar, the vice chancellor, the chancellor, and so on and so forth. That is what it is. We might not show that very openly, but I think that's where our pride is. If one of our students starts a company and that company to become successful, all the support that's going to be needed, even though the university might provide, but we are your major cheerleaders because we want you to be awesomely successful in life tomorrow. And that is possible only with two people, parents and PES. That's where it makes a difference. Parents might not show it out openly about the kind of successes they proudly tell their relatives, their friends, as to what the achievement of their kids and wards are. But I only tell them, openly tell your kids also that you're very proud. Tap them on their back. That's something that I learned from our Chancellor. He used to tell. There are two things for which you don't have to pay. In fact, three things. One is smile. Second one is clapping. The third one is tapping somebody's back and encouraging them to go that distance. We are there behind you. It makes a huge difference. But today it has so happened, environment has changed. We have our own challenges, whether as parents or as faculty members or as management and so on. At home, if your ward is going to tell you that I'm going out with my friends and I'll be late in the night, I want money. As a parent, you might just give that money. Then you just become a facilitator. But as a parent, if you're going to ask, why do you need money? It's not that you're questioning them. You're trying to understand what are they doing. Right? But as a parent, You're going to ask them, where are you going? Why do you need money? You are showing a bit more of responsibility. As a parent, if you ask, who are your friends? Where are you going? Why do you need that money? You are a truly concerned parent. Because it's not that you're going to go and check what your ward is going to be doing at that place. Then it's going to be very spooky. Your kids are not going to believe you what you're going to be doing next, and they will never tell you. But at least having that confidence and knowing where they are, in case there is going to be any kind of an emergency, you will know where they are and you can reach them out. I think this is something that's very important for every student present here and every parent present here, that it's going to be very important that you trust each other very well. Don't doubt. As students, or you want to, prove to your parents about your capability, what you can do. You want to show that you have reached PES because of the efforts that you put in. And your parents start trusting you, then you make a bad decision. That doesn't make you a bad person. You go and confide in your parents. It's going to be okay. They're there, they've got you onto this particular universe. I'm sure they understand you better, and they're there to help you out through your tough times and the best that's going to be there. And the same thing for parents. Have that confidence in what your ward does. Don't be very sneaky, but at the same time, know what they are doing. It's very, very critical. Because in PES, if you don't ask those questions, that doesn't mean to say you shouldn't ask. We have a very strong mentoring system. About 15 to 20 students are assigned a mentor, and the job of this mentor is to understand what the child is going through. And in case there is going to be any assistance from any corner that's going to be necessary, they provide that particular assistance. But having said this, a lot of parents think that PES is very strict, it's good, very disciplined, fantastic. But you need to understand, we are not regimental. There's a difference, right? We are not regimental. I've had a scenario wherein a parent came and talked to me and told, Sir, traffic tumba jasti agogide Bengaluralli. Two-wheeler alla, it's so very challenging, sir. ನೀವು two-wheeler ban madbidi, sir, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತರಕ್ ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ. I said, okay. That's an interesting input. I'm head of PES University, but I don't run the state or the government or anything else wherein I have such powers to ban something. And I sit with the parent and talk further. The actual truth comes out. Parent says, Sir, 3 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಮನೇಲಿ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಸರ್. ಒಂದೇ ಹಠ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗಂದು. ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಟೂ-ವೀಲರ್ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವನ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಗ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ತಲೆನೋವು ಹೋಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಟೂ-ವೀಲರ್ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಭಯ ಸರ್ ದಿನ ನನಗೆ. ನೀವು ಟೂ-ವೀಲರ್ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್. Said, you have taken that decision. We are there to help you out, but that doesn't mean to say we are going to be doing something that is going to be impossible. Don't expect that. We are there with you. If you have that concern, talk to us. I'm sure we'll be able to reason out with them together. The reason, if you put more and more restrictions that are going to be there, your kids are going to be more and more rebellious. That is what is the current generation. Gen Z, Gen Alpha. We were also kids some time back. We have done what it is, but we were never what it is to keep things to ourselves. But what we are also kind of scared is current generation kids do not connect very well with their parents, majority of them. Because they want to prove to their parents of what their capabilities are. They want to showcase that they have arrived. They want to showcase that they can do things on their own. They can take individual decisions and make it successful. They are out there to prove it to you. Till then, they're going to keep silent. They don't connect to the faculty, basically because faculty are always talking about your past, you failed. They're very judgmental in nature. So who do they connect with? They connect with their peers, their so-called friends. And in a sense, what's happening? I think for all the audience present here, it's pretty much blind leading the blind. What is the exposure that their peers have? Zero. But they're so very close. They have this bro code. It doesn't matter what it is. Bro means is it done? It's sealed in such an amazing glue, nothing will come out of it. Whatever you do, I think they need to change Fevibond, Feviquick, they need to change it to bro code. You will understand that a lot more better because that's how strong that bond is. I'm not telling you it's wrong. That's what Professor Ajoy said. Have that fantastic relationship. Find those good people who can be a part, who can influence you to make those right decisions. That's important. But at the same time, it's also important as elders, not just in the family but in the society, that we understand our youngsters much more better and try and facilitate, try and showcase them the path that's going to be appropriate so that they don't make mistakes. Even in case they make mistakes, have this fantastic big shoulders wherein you give them a warm hug and tell them it's okay. We can correct it. Give them that confidence that they can come back to you at any time and talk to you openly about anything that they would want. That's going to be very, very critical for all of us. Our Chancellor left some very deep things. When I say our Chancellor, our founder Chancellor, Professor Doreswamy. He was so passionate about things, to be done, and he always used to mention, it takes a village to convert a child to a man. Doesn't mean to say I'm leaving out women there, but I think it's such a collective effort. Every corner needs to come in. It's not just in the campus, it's just outside, your relatives. Every space that's going to be there, right, which is going to help them to become that better individual. And he was always so very concerned about students coming in from rural background. He always was concerned about providing quality education. It's just like yesterday wherein he used to tell me, I've heard this multiple times. Without anything, I got PES to this stage. You people means to say, me, Professor Jawahar, Ajoy. We three all came back from the US. He says, you people have come back from US. What you're doing is not sufficient. This is pretty much his action. Always pushing us, nudging us, telling us there is more that we can do and achieve, and that's where PES is all about. We continue to do that. And if we have 22,000 plus students in PES University, 40 plus different programs of study that we are offering, it's basically because of the strong foundation that he has laid. Just in conclusion, we talk about A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth. The alphabets of life that he taught me is F, G, and H. F is basically forgiving. I've seen him so closely. He forgave a lot of people who created a lot of hindrance for him in the growth of the organization. But he forgave them so very wholeheartedly. That's one virtue. Is so difficult, is so magnanimous in that. G is gratitude. He never forgot any single person who helped him, even in the smallest thing that's going to be in life. He always had that gratitude. He ensured that he recognized them, thanked them in any platform, in whatsoever way it's going to be. That was that amazing personality that he had. And the H is the humility part of it. He is so humble, so very gracious, such a deep soul where PES misses him even today, but it's so very deeply entrenched with every one of us. who take this F, G, and H, forgetting the E part of it, which is very dangerous, the ego, and the I part of it that follows, which is very individualistic. But that F, G, and H, if something we can internalize as to what he has left for each one of us in PS, I'm sure we are going to be great, and we are going to be reaching those fantastic heights that we have planned for ourselves in our journey in life. Again, a very warm welcome to you all parents and the students, because we are a family here. Welcome to PES University. Let the pride of PES be with all of us, and God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me. May you all step into this new journey with confidence, curiosity, and joy. College is your open road. Make it truly yours. I now request Dr. Deepa Nair, Chairperson, Department of Science and Humanities, EC Campus, to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
A very good morning to one and all present. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, deans and chairpersons, faculty colleagues, our new entrants, and parents. It's an honor and a proud privilege to deliver the closing remarks and express my sincere gratitude to all who graced this occasion with their presence. At the outset, we paid our humble respect by offering a floral tribute in memory of our founder Chancellor, Dr. M.R. Doreswamy, whose vision and commitment laid the very foundation of PES University. His ideals continue to guide and inspire us as we embark on yet another year of academic journey. I express our deepest gratitude for the enduring legacy he has left behind. Professor D. Jawahar, the Honorable Chancellor of PES University, PES University would not have risen to such remarkable heights if not for his dreams and foresightedness. A great visionary and an excellent leader himself, he has motivated each one of us at PES to contribute to the best of our potential. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. J. Suryaprasad, has been a guiding light since the inception of the EC campus in the year 2005. Sir, you have been more than a leader, a true mentor, motivator, and pillar of support for all of us at PES. Thank you for being here today and for inspiring us throughout our journey at PES. Professor Ajoy Kumar, the Chief Operating Officer at PES University, is a person behind the scenes who is responsible for execution of all activities and events planned at the university. Thank you, sir, for being amongst us today. Dr. Nagarjuna Sadineni, the Pro Vice Chancellor of PES University, is always enthusiastic about all activities happening in the university. Thank you, sir, for your presence. The Registrar of PES University, Dr. K. Sridhar, is a very approachable, accommodative person and always ready to help. Thank you, sir, for your presence. I would like to thank our CTO, Professor Harsha Chaturvedi, Controller of Examination, Dr. Karthik, Dr. Hari Prasad, Professor Deepa, Deans and Chairpersons of various programs, all office bearers of PES University, and my faculty colleagues across all campuses of the university. A sincere thank you to Dr. Preeti Nair and Dr. Mohana Lakshmi for comparing today's event and with grace, and Ms. Varsha for her beautiful invocation that set the perfect tone for the program. A heartfelt thank you to the press and media, the IT and operations teams, our dedicated colleagues from the Department of Science and Humanities, and every individual whose support made this event possible. Last but not the least, our primary stakeholders, students and parents. I would like to express our thanks to the students and parents who have placed their trust in PES University. Your faith is our driving force. With gratitude in our hearts and determination in our spirits, let us create a future that will echo throughout time. Once again, thanks to one and all present. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. We have now come to the end of the first session. Request all the students and parents to be seated for the orientation program by Professor D. Jawahar. PES University would not have reached such remarkable heights had it not been for the foresightedness and leadership of Professor D. Jawahar. A truly inspiring figure, he has encouraged each of us at PES to achieve our fullest potential. Thank you, sir.
Just play the video and
yes.
Go ahead.
In the heart of Bangalore, at the helm of one of India's most visionary universities, stands a leader who has shaped the future of thousands. A man whose journey began with a dream. From Bangalore University to Texas A&M University, from engineer to entrepreneur, from visionary thinker to chancellor. For over 3 decades, he has empowered the brightest minds, awarding over 100 crores in scholarships to meritorious students, guiding more than 10,000 students to success, building centers of excellence that define the cutting edge of education, from the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center to PES Venture Labs. A champion of total quality education, architect of the Spirit Framework, believer in perseverance, excellence, and service. With KPI-driven management and a strong emphasis on quality education, he has overseen the growth of 40-plus programs in PES Institutions, launched student-built satellites with ISRO and DRDO, and pioneered modern student support systems that set national benchmarks. From pioneering EduRite technologies to transforming PES into a hub of innovation, his vision is shaping the leaders of tomorrow. For 35 years, his ideas and his charisma have inspired generations of students and parents alike. Through his prolific orientation addresses, through his relentless commitment to education, through his unwavering service to PES. This is not just leadership. This is a family. This is the spirit of PES. We are profoundly honored to extend a warm welcome to Professor Jawahar Doreswamy, Chancellor of PES University.
Good morning. I have been doing this presentation for 35 plus years now. Fairly comfortable in the message that I want to convey. The only difference in this year's presentation is that we are starting this orientation in the Electronic City campus for the first time in so many years. Traditionally, we would trigger the beginning of the program with an activity in the Ring Road campus, followed by the activity in the Electronic City campus. Probably it's something in the changing times that we are trying to relate to see how we are going to be more tuned to the kind of aspirations that are going to be there in this campus than ever in the past. People's Education Society, for some of you here who don't know about the history of the program, started way back in 1972 in a rented gymnasium in Hanumanthanagar. Around 32 students were there in that particular place in a rented building. It took us 50 plus years to get to where we are. And one of the things that we talk about is it's 50 years of empowering students to navigate the real world. That's exactly what our challenge was then, and the same thing continues even now. Next. The agenda for today's presentation is just going to be these 5 items: the vision of PES, the key performance indicators, the PESU differentiators, the self-actualization strategy, and the future plans that we have. This is the first time that we are doing this orientation program in the absence of our founder, Professor M.R. Doreswamy, my father. He started PES with the vision to develop professionally superior and ethically strong global workforce committed to the core values of perseverance, excellence, and service. That has not changed at all. For us, these 3 core values is what personifies Professor M.R. Doreswamy. The ultimate, I would say, extension of hard work is perseverance. He demonstrated his ability to work hard for 88 years of his life. If at all we would like to ensure that all the students of PES are going to have any one single value that we need to take away from our founder, is can we get to work as hard as our founder did? Can we make it happen to every single one of us? The second thing that he always talked about was excellence. It doesn't matter that he started in a rented gymnasium. He always focused on trying to say, how do we enhance student experience to make sure that year after year, the experience of PES is going to be a better experience to all our students. And that's excellence for him. And the third thing that we also talked about is service. At the end of a 3 or a 4-year journey that any student is going to be having in PES, it's great that he or she is going to get a job, or she is going to get a graduating outcome which he or she is desirous of. But what is more important than all that is going to be saying that, is he or she going to be a better human being? Can he or she make a contribution that is going to be better than themselves? And in the same slide, we have put these 3 tall figures that we all admire: Gandhiji, Swami Vivekananda, and Sir M. Visvesvaraya. This is the culture that he instilled in us. With every kit that a student gets in the first year, these 3 books are going to be given to the students. And very recently, our faculty in the first year came to a meeting, and they said, sir, every year we give these books. We really don't know whether the students are reading this book or not. One of the finest engineers that Karnataka has produced is Sir M. Visvesvaraya. How many of us really know about him? We give the book. How many of our students have read that book? He also wanted to make sure, can we include this as a part of the syllabus in some way or the other? That was another thought that he had. Can we have special topics that are going to be there where we can read about this person and understand them more and learn from them? So today, paying a tribute to his requirement of this installation, what we have done for the students who have joined our program in the first year is in the very first semester, in the Constitution of Ethics, Professional Ethics and Constitution of India, we have made it mandatory reading of both Mahatma Gandhi as well as Swami Vivekananda. 50 questions each are there, and learning material is also there, and questions are going to be asked in that particular subject about these two personalities. And in the other course that is going to be there in the second semester, environmental engineering that is there, we are making sure that you learn about Sir M. Visvesvaraya. 100 questions are going to be there, objective type questions. You have to read that book, and there are videos that are going to be made available. You will go through them and imbibe their story in your lifeline. So that's very, very important. Why am I sharing this with you? All that I want to say is, PES is going to be an experience that will get refined over a period of time. What has happened to your seniors need not be necessarily the same thing that's going to be happening to you. In case it's the same thing, that means we have not grown. We did something last year. We realized that we can be better. How do you make sure that those kind of things are going to be incorporated? And that's what we have done this year. When you say that you became a part of a PES system, it's not just these 1,000+ students who are there in this hall who became a part of the PES community. You become a part of 25,000 students who already study in PES University. You become a part of 2,500 employees that are the total number of employees that are there in PES. 50+ programs across multiple campuses, and 60,000 alumni who are there across the globe. That's a fantastic number. In 1991, when I came in for the first time, in the sense that the first batch of engineering students had not graduated from the portals of PES, 56 engineering colleges were there in the state of Karnataka. We were ranked 54. If you don't get a seat anywhere in Karnataka, 100% you would get admission in PES Institute of Technology. That was a fantastic place to start the journey, because you can't go any further down. You can only move up from there. And that's the reason why I'm taking pride in saying, hey, if we can do that in the last 35 years, I'm very, very sure the next 25 years is going to be a lot of interesting things that are going to be done in PES. In those days, I used to talk about cadets that were there in a few companies here and there. Today, there are more than 500 companies that come to recruit on campus. More than 1,000 students who get placed in various companies. Earlier on, we used to talk about the top 5 recruiters in India. We talk about Infosys, we talk about TCS, we talked about Accenture, we talked about Cognizant. And then suddenly the sense that we had an alumni event in California just before COVID broke out. And I can tell you this, there are more than 500 of our students working for Google, more than 500 working for Microsoft, more than 500 working for Facebook, more than 500 working for Meta, more than 500 working for Adobe, more than 500 working for Apple. In most likelihood, if you go to the US and go for a job, maybe I won't be surprised if the guy who's going to be interviewing you is going to be an alumni of PES itself. That's the kind of brand engagement that PES has today in the world market. If somebody wants to ask us, is there a single slide in which you can explain the PES story? How did we get to where we are? And I would say this is the slide. There's nothing else that we need to do. All that we need to do as an institution is try and make sure that if these 6 key performance indicators are going to be managed very well in any institution, automatically we'll become a great institution. Nothing else. The secret of our success is only these 6 things. Here, what we're talking about is, the first thing is the students. The journey starts off with these students. How did the quality cycle get established in PES? When I started the journey, one thing that we looked at is, to establish a quality cycle, we need excellent results. Only if we get excellent results, we could get placements. If we get good placements, then good students are going to be coming in. So if I don't accomplish placements at all, how will I get good students back in? Why are you all coming now to PES? It's basically because you know about our placements. You think the opportunities that you're going to have in case you're part of our student body is going to be higher. And that's the reason why you're here. So what we concentrate in students is this: enroll better students year after year. What is the difference in the student body that has come into PES this year when compared to the student body that was there in PES in the earlier years? The major change that is there is that 45% of the students which are going to be coming through merit, 35% of them are from the JEE stream, and then the remaining 10% are from the KSET stream. We are very, very excited about the quality of students who are a part of our student body this time. We are very excited about the batch that came in last year also, because that was the first batch of students who came to our campus which was not affected by COVID. Before that, all batches had an effect in terms of either 10th standard examination or 12th standard examination. That was the first clean batch that came in. And automatically we are seeing the difference between the seniors and them. And this batch, we are even more excited. We're going to push the bar even more further to try and see how much we can push you to get the best out of you. The second thing that we concentrate in the students is how do we enhance the quality of student experience for you year after year. If your student experience is going to be the same as the ones for the seniors, then how have we grown as an organization? I have already given you a small indication in terms of how your student experience is better, because 2 of the courses in the first 2 semesters, the content of that has been slightly changed. We'll come to more things that we have done in terms of changes that are there for the current semester when compared to the previous semesters. The third thing that is going to be there is engaging with our alumni. I can tell you this: there's probably no company in India wherein we can't call up a senior executive and say that he is not from our PES. I can always call up and find out in the sense that, hey, can we get you to come on campus to recruit? In early days, it was very, very difficult. No seniors, nobody there in the market out there. You go and talk to people, they say, we don't even know where PES is, what is happening in that particular place. Today, it's not the case. Companies are fighting to come to PES to come and recruit the best talent that we have out here. And that's what has changed in the last 35 years. This is something that we put in place. I would say this is PES version 1.0. What did we do in 1991 which changed the game in terms of how we engage with students? We put in place a program called as the Campus-Wide Quality Improvement Program. And this is something that you will experience now, to say that every single activity that is there in this campus for the entire semester has already been planned well in advance. Your calendar of event is more like a promissory note. These are the things that is going to happen to you for the next 14 weeks, come what may. Next 20 weeks, including where your tests, examinations, and results are going to be announced, are already available for you. When are your holidays? When are the activities that are planned? Everything is available for you in that setup itself. This was very difficult to do. Long time back, people wondered, NIIT and APTEC would do it. No professional engineering college would put a schedule out in advance and execute it according to that particular plan, which is what we've been doing. Simple thing, get it right. Then the second thing that we also said is student academic support program. No student should be left behind. That was the theory behind that particular activity. How can we have a student who joins PES and then we can't take care of the outcome of that particular student who is a part of our system for 4 years? We have to take responsibility for that. We had this movement that was there in the US which is called as No Child Left Behind. We carried forward that particular thing, said that, hey, no student is going to be left behind. A student academic support program which has now been intensified with the mentorship program that we have, which happens in 4 times in a year, twice in a semester. A one-on-one interaction that is going to be taking place between a student and a faculty member for 30 minutes. For all the parents who have assembled here today, within the next 2 weeks, you will get a call from the mentor, who is just going to say that I am the mentor for your child, and according to the data that we have, this is your mobile telephone number. Please confirm if it is correct or not. and they will make a call both to the mother and the father to make sure that that's how we start our engagement, to saying that we are in this process of making the quality of experience better for your child in PES. Then the third component that we talked about is gifted student development program. Regardless of the number of students who are going to be there in any institution, at least the top 20% of the students will have some special abilities. As an institution, it is our responsibility to identify those special students and address their needs, by which in the sense that we can encourage them to do even better. So that is the gifted student development program that we had. The second thing that we are talking about is, after the process, the third thing is going to be identity. An interesting thing for all of you here, for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not, the only identity that you have from henceforth is you are an alumni of PES University. That's it. It doesn't matter. You are an alumni of PES University for the rest of your life. Well, you could have been an alumni of IIT, you could have been an alumni of NIT, but you landed up in PES University. Now, let's make this work for you. Let's make this work for you. That's all that we are talking about. When you want to build an identity for yourself in PES University, these are three things as an institution that we look at. One is graduating outcomes. The second thing is accreditation. And the third thing is ranking. We have already fixed the next two items. We are already accredited in NAC A+ in the first cycle itself, which is the highest ranking that could be there in any institution in the first cycle. We are already rated number 1 in Karnataka amongst private universities. That's already done. Now, the first one, we build an identity for ourselves only through you. If you do well, we get an identity. If you don't do well, we don't get an identity. And that's why we have put graduating outcomes right on top of the list. How does a student in PES build an identity for himself or herself as well as the institution? You build an identity by doing a few things. One, the journey of this long, good story of 4 years starts off with some simple thoughts. In a week, the maximum number of hours that there is going to be contact in the classroom or a laboratory is going to be 24 hours. Get this right. All these parents who think that your children are working very, very hard, this is a small reality for you. The maximum number of hours wherein an engagement is going to be taking place through a formal mechanism between a teacher and a student is going to be 24 hours only, which is equivalent to 1 day in a week. Correct? Now, I have got another small advice to all our young students who are assembled here today. Please study for 3 hours a day in every working day and 4.5 hours a day on every non-working day. What is this mathematics? 5 days is all that we work. Incidentally, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday is off. 5 days, if you work for 3 hours a day, study for 3 hours a day, it is going to be 15 hours. 2 days, if you study for 4.5 hours, it's another 9 hours. 15 plus 9 is 24 hours. So 24 hours of study that you do in the classroom, 24 hours of study you do it at home. That is how you are going to build an identity first, that you are a hard-working student. So what have we put in the tagline below? Study hours. That's what we need to concentrate on. Don't worry about studying in the end. Everybody in the world study in the end. You're going to create an identity for yourself only in case you're going to be doing study every day, every week, every month, every year. Make it a habit. And again, whenever I say study for 3 hours, please make sure, earlier on I used to say sit for 3 hours at a time. I have not given up. Getting you to sit for 3 hours anywhere is a problem. Even a movie, if it's 3 hours, you won't go nowadays. Even on YouTube video, if it's a longer thing, you won't watch. So with this generation, I've changed the model a little bit. I'm just saying to say, why don't you spend 1.5 hours in 2 modules? So every day, study for 3 hours. 1.5 hour, break 1.5 hour. So before dinner, 1.5 hours. After dinner, 1.5 hours. You can get your 3 hours. So start trying to say, can you make it happen? Once you study hard, the next thing that you need to do is, how do I get a good SGPA? Semester grade point average is what we are talking about. And next, we are talking about CGPA. The cumulative grade point average of multiple semesters is what we are talking about. Now, that is very, very important. Why is grade point average very important? I have an app of PES University. If somebody walks into my door and says, the student says, I'm so-and-so, there's no ID card that you have. You have an ID card, there's no visiting card. So what I'll do is I'll take out my app and I will enter your name. As soon as I enter your name, it will tell me your data with regarding to what your current CGPA is. If your grade point average is above 7.75, I will talk to you immediately. If it is less than 7.75, I'll say, come tomorrow. Why am I saying this particular thing? The reason is, for me, your identity is going to be a grade point average. And so is going to be the case with everybody on the campus. When companies are going to be recruiting you, majority of the students in the campus who have a grade point average in excess of 7.75 get a job in excess of 12 lakhs per annum. You ask any student who has a grade point average of 7.75 and you ask him how many hours of study has he done, it will be more than 24 hours per week. It will be more than 24 hours per week. It's a simple rule. That's nothing else. All that we are trying to say is, please study for 24 hours a week, and then in the sense that you will get 7.75 grade point average, and then automatically a lot of doors are going to be opening to you. Next, once your grade point average is going to be good, you know how to crack the system. Then we look at domain knowledge, throughput, participation in hackathons, placements in Tier 1, Tier 2, and 3, entrepreneurship, family business, higher education. These are all the graduating outcomes. When a faculty member mentors you, we have a way by which we evaluate the faculty members in our campus. We tell the faculty members, how many students have you mentored? He or she will say, I mentored 20 students. If you have mentored 20 students and it's 4 sessions per student, you should have done 80 times mentoring activities should have taken place. Correct? Then we'll ask them, what percentage of these 80 sessions have you conducted? So there will be points that are going to be allotted to it. Next question that we ask, out of the 20 people whom we have mentored, how many of them have got a CGPA in excess of 7.75? Next question that we ask the faculty member is, how many of them, if they're there in the graduating class in that you mentored, got jobs? How many of them got into higher education? How many of them are interning? How many of them joined family business? How many of them become entrepreneurs? How many of them are unemployed? These are the questions that we are asking every single faculty member on campus because this is a graduating outcome that we are measuring. Now, where does the journey of this graduating outcome start? It starts with study hours. The journey starts with study hours. Today, as soon as you go home, the first study exercise that you are going to be doing for 3 hours for today, because today is not a working day of the college. How many hours should you study? 4.5 hours. Today is not a working day. So you should study today itself for 4.5 hours. And you'll be wondering, what should I do for 4.5 hours, sir? I don't even know what I should do. Please go to the PES website. Please go to the PES. Do complete research of the website in terms of what all you can do in your program in PES. That is your exercise for today and tomorrow. Because unless you know what are all the things that you can do in PES, how can you engage with that? The first person who's going to be anxious when I make a comment like this is our Chief Technology Officer. He's going to be saying that if so many people are going to be bombarding the site, will my site take the number of hits that are going to be coming in? There is so much of information and fund of knowledge that is there in our website itself, so that you need to look at trying to say, how do I engage with PES better? Next, another identity by which PES is going to be known for is research, the key performance indicator. We look at publish in high-impact journals, innovate to patent, ensure higher grant success of our proposals. This is what we target. If you look at it, 1.26, 1.59, and 1.76 is nice numbers. But the challenge is something like this. In 2005, across PES campuses, the total number of faculty with PhD were less than 10. Today, across PES University, the number of faculty members with PhDs is 250 plus. So the quality of our faculty members across various departments has changed dramatically. Amount of research that is going on is very, very good. Why is it that we are benchmarking this? We are benchmarking this because if we have to be the IIT of Bangalore, IITians, the production output out here in research is 2.5 plus. To come from less than 1 to 1.79, it has taken us 20 years. It's a consistent effort to focus on higher quality faculty, incentivizing our faculty, giving them a direction, and to get to this particular stage. And going forward, in case we want to catch up with the NITs, that's the next thing that we are having in our benchmark, then automatically our research output should be better. Now, how do we push research output in a predominantly undergraduate engineering college? Simple thing. Thousands of engineering students are joining this campus today. Out of 1,000 students, 250 projects are going to be done, assuming that 4 students are going to be doing a project, 250. So with your batch in this campus, we need to get 250 journal publications. That's our target. It's already decided. Number of students divided by 4 should be the amount of publications that we need to get. And if you don't get a publication out, you will not be allowed to graduate. Your publication activity will start off in the 5th semester itself. So your identification of the project is going to be done then, how to publish, what research to do, everything is going to be dictated. And that is why it is very important to understand what is the publication culture of PES, how do you become good in research, how do you become a part of these communities much, much earlier. The earliest way to engage with the research culture on campus is to participate in hackathons. Participate in various competitions that are there on campus so that you can engage better. This is something that long time back was a big issue, infrastructure. So if you really look at it in terms of your student experience, you need classrooms and labs. We are already having fantastic classrooms and labs. You can go anywhere in the world, you won't get any better classrooms or labs. Then in the sense that you're talking about recreation and housing facility, this was a big complaint that used to be there by various students all the time to say, what is the gap between Ring Road campus and Electronic City campus? The biggest thing was the auditorium. Then we built this. So that problem is already solved. And then in the sense that next, the question that is going to be coming in is some of housing. Even in housing, in the sense that there's only surplus facility that we have here. We don't have surplus facility in the Ring Road campus. One other place where we have concentrated on is dedicated areas for supporting rigorous research and problem solving. That is also very important. See, one thing that I like about doing a presentation in this stage when compared to doing it on the other stages, I have this beautiful big screen out there. I don't need to look back. The content is already there, and in the sense that it's so much easier for me to make this particular presentation. Even students, when they come for any event, they feel much more empowered because of the fact that you can face the audience and look at the content of what you're trying to share with them at the same point in time. So this is a small Could you play the next video, please? Okay. So one of the things that you need to definitely do after the orientation is over, you have your lunch, go around the campus. The running track that you saw, the indoor running track, is right above this particular hall. The recreation center with 6 badminton courts, pickleball courts, and then various other things, racquetball courts, everything is available here. All that I'm trying to say is, please understand what is it that we have, how can we engage with whatever the resources that are there, and pretty much in the sense that you can find some time to do various things, it would be pretty interesting. The last thing that we talked about in the key performance indicators is, of course, the role of our teachers. I can tell you one thing, the most passionate bunch of teachers that you can have in any institution, PS is blessed that we have them working with us. For them, your results is like their results. Your placements is like their children getting placed. Our internal communication with all our faculty members are very, very simple. You have been assigned 20 students to mentor. You already have 2 children that are your own children. These 20 students should be taken as extended family. If in your own family a child is doing well and then another child is not doing well, what do? Now you have 20 more people to deal with. If somebody is doing well, encourage them. If somebody is not doing well, find out how can you help them. A simple thought process like that is what is very, very important. Most times in most universities, mentoring are going to be large sessions that are going to be there with all the students in a room. We decided that we need to stop that. Mentoring has got to be a one-to-one session. These 4 sessions that are going to be happening across the 2 semesters are going to be one-to-one sessions of half an hour between the mentor and the student. Any of those issues, in case they're not able to solve, they'll escalate it to the right professional guidance so that we can make sure that meaningful interventions are going to be done at the right time. That is what is important. Look at what are the goals that the student has and work towards making sure that those goals are going to be achieved. A faculty member is going to be evaluated every year based on these things. 50% of the weightage is going to be given to his performance as a teacher, 30% to the research outcomes, and 20% to the administrative outcomes of the student. In case of this administration also, we are looking at mentorship and graduating outcomes more and more because we are able to quantify exactly what a faculty is able to do in terms of these activities. Like you get marks for 100, even our faculty get marks for 100, and based upon that, we are going to be evaluating their performance year after year. Now, we now step into the next phase of what we call as PESU differentiators. In 2014, a lot of people asked us, you're already a very good engineering college under VTU, you're an autonomous college, getting fantastic results. Why do you want to start your own university? We started our own university primarily because we wanted to address some of the problems that a traditional university would not help us with. And that is why we said, before we start a university, we need to have clear idea regarding why are we starting this university. And this is what we came up with. These are the differentiators. Why we started a university is, 1, we wanted to change the way students are admitted into our program, to get more meritorious kids into our program. Number 2, we wanted to make sure that we have control over the curriculum that we are going to be designing. Number 3, we wanted to fix the teaching learning process that is there in the way we are going to be doing things in the campus. Number 4, we wanted to change the way we assess. Number 5, we wanted to give performance-linked scholarships. Number 6, we wanted to give credit for exposure that is going to be done outside the curriculum. None of these things are possible in a traditional university system. And that's the reason why we became a private university. Now, let's look at this. Admissions, how are we different? In CET, 40% of the students who are going to be sent to us, there is multiple categories of reservations that are going to be happening. General merit category, out of the 40%, is restricted to around 8% is going to be the open general merit category. The remaining seats, 32%, are going to be various reserved categories. When you come to PES University, JEE and KSET that we do admissions, 100% of the seats are based on only merit. So if you see that very, very clearly, year after year, that's the reason why our placement statistics are so good. We have seen the outcome of this particular thing, number of students getting tier 1 jobs, all this has gone up substantially. When we are a part of the VTU system, the number of students who get tier 1 jobs was less than 5%. After we became a private university, number of students who are getting tier 1 jobs is more than 50%. From 5% to 50% is the kind of change that is there in terms of the placement profile of the students who are getting placed. That is phenomenal, and that's something that a lot of people would find it hard to believe. Curriculum design. When we design our curriculum, we benchmark it against the best institutions, the IITs, the NITs, the Ivy League schools, the best programs across the world. What are students there learning? How is it that what we are going to be doing here will compare to what's happening in other institutions? When you graduate, along with you, millions of people are going to be graduating. What is going to be your USP? What is it that we're going to be doing different with you so that you are going to be more marketable than your counterparts anywhere else in the world? That is very, very important. The concept, the thought of major and minor concepts. Let's say by the time you're going to be graduating, to have a minor in, say, major in electronics and a minor in computer science is a good idea because placement prospects are going to be improving. Or let us say that somebody is going to be saying that I'm doing AI/ML. There are a lot of these IPR issues that are going to be happening. Can I do a minor in law? That can happen. Can I do a minor in psychology? That can happen. So it won't happen in a traditional program that is there. How can you do that? Those opportunities are not going to be there. Special topics and experiential learning. This is another USP of PES. We call this as job, okay? So experiential learning components. Every single course, there are going to be activities that are going to be of lower level of difficulty. They're called as banana level problems. Then we are talking about moderate level of difficulty. They're called as orange level of problems. And they're going to be talking about higher order difficulty. They're called as jackfruit level problems. So for us, that is going to be the reverse of it is job. If I have to prepare you for the job market, I have to expose you for all levels of problems. If you're able to solve banana level problems, you will get a job of 6 lakh rupees per annum. If you're able to solve orange level problems, you will get 9 lakh rupees per annum. If you're able to solve jackfruit level problems, you will get 12 lakhs per annum. You decide what kind of a job you want. If you can't solve any of them, you'll be unemployed. The choice is yours, but I need to give you this entire menu in terms of what are you prepared to work for. Somebody will say, I will not study at all. Then in the sense that what can I do with you? Somebody says, I will study for 24 hours a week. Baba, 100% you will get a banana level problem. I will study 30 hours a week, you'll probably get an orange level problem. Or I'll do this, I'll get a tier 3 problem if I work for 36 hours a week. Possible. Students are studying. You decide how much time you want to invest on yourself. We are saying that be very, very selfish. Invest time on yourself and then do well in life. That's all that we are talking about and nothing else. So curriculum design is something that is going to be in our control and we take a lot of pride in. The third component is the teaching learning. How is the subject taught? Very recently, we did a demonstration to all our faculty members in terms of use of AI in the classroom. During the holidays, a lot of you will be thinking all faculty will have taken vacation. With our faculty members, no. We said, you please prepare for how are we going to be different when the students are going to be coming in the next semester. We have what is called as PESU Academy, wherein students will get in. You'll see that later on. And we showed them in terms of all the things that are presented there, which are done by faculty in the past. We took the textbook, the previous year's notes, and the reference book, and used AI to populate the same template. What would take roughly around 2 months to do, the AI was able to do that in 20 minutes flat. Now, we are telling students that this is what is the power of AI that is there, and then in the sense that even students can do it on their own. So what is going to be the USP of the faculty member who is going to go into a class with a student who's already equipped with these tools to be more productive than the faculty member in the classroom? That's the real challenges that we are facing. How do we make sure that if I have a class for 1.5 hours, that at the end of the first half an hour, that this is a question that I need to ask. After 1 hour, this is a question that I need to ask. And after 1.5 hours, this is a question that I need to ask. After half an hour, this should be the banana level question, this should be the orange level question, and this is the jackfruit level question that I will ask. How do I engage? Trust me, there is no institution in the country which is going to this depth of designing a curriculum and also talking about pedagogy. So, induction training. Faculty come in. Why did you join this profession? Sir, this is the only place where I'll get a job. Is that the reason why you should be a part of the teaching profession? No. In the sense that you've got to be here because you want to be a teacher. Once you want to be a teacher, what is the induction training that we're doing with our faculty members? How do we update faculty members with newer tools that are going to be there? Students are dabbling with ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, all these things that are there. What is the exposure that our faculty to have these tools? How do we train them so that their level of competence is going to be very good in whatever we're trying to do? So, how do we give our students a digital edge? How do we make sure that you engage very well with PESU Academy? You would be surprised to know, since 2014, we have been investing an average of 20 crore rupees on our back-end digital infrastructure across PES every year. Nearly 1/3 of the total salary that we pay to all our faculty put together is contributing towards the digital infrastructure which is supporting the engagement with the student body. And that is very, very important to us. So what do we create out of this? This is the digital infrastructure that we are talking about. So when you talk about this particular thing, we are going to be seeing things like every subject has got 4 units. How is it broken up? Audiovisual summary, live videos, slides, notes, assignments, then question bank, question answers, MCQs, reference. Every single thing for the entire course that you have in the first year is already mapped. If somebody decides, I want to go and look at this particular thing, this is available. During tests and examinations, our entire digital backend is overloaded. Students are all looking at AV summary. What is that AV summary? If a class is being taught in 1 hour, you will get an AV summary of the same class in 15 minutes. And what do our students do during tests and exams? Play the AV summary at 2x the speed. That's what learning has come down to. I am so prepared. This is what I can do. We are trying to get back to trying to say, this is not the way you crack. That's the way they learned. How do I crack the examination? Where do we bring in the joy of learning? How do we engage with our students better? Not through this activity. We have realized this is not the way to engage with our students. We need to engage with our students outside the classroom. We need to give them interesting problems. We have to give them interesting projects to work with. We have to make them participate in hackathons. We ask them to establish companies. That's how you start engaging differently with these kids. And that's what is important to us. And this is what you are going to be seeing on a regular basis. We take a lot of pride in assessments. I think if you really look at what is that big differentiator about PES, I would say that it is assessments. Nobody does assessments like what we do in the world. I'm making it very clear. In the world, nobody does assessments the way we do things. Why is it different? One, we are going to be following a calendar of events which you will all have. Immediately you'll know what's happening on Monday. A timetable which is followed for all the tests and assignments you already know. 7th week you will have your first test of Q1 and of Unit 1 and Unit 2. 14th week you will have of Unit 3 and Unit 4. That's already known. Allotment. The day of the test or examination, you will get a message onto your phone which will tell you which room to go to and which node you are going to be working on. The next thing is randomization. You do not know which room and who's going to be sitting next to you also when you go to the assessment center. We have a 2,500 node assessment center in both these campuses dedicated only for assessments. You don't write a test or an examination in your classroom. You are going to go to the assessment center, and that's where the assessment is going to be happening. The paper, 3 papers are going to be set. 1 anchor teacher from this campus, 1 anchor teacher from the other campus, and 1 external faculty member is setting a question paper. The day of the examination, the controller for examination, Dr. Karthik, is going to be identifying randomly 1 paper out of the 3, which is going to be served to the student. And once it is going to be served, you do the entire process. Either I can type the answer or you can write the answer. the whole thing is going to be scanned, and then that's how it's going to be evaluated. This process has not been put in place today. The first version of this particular process was put in 2014. And now when you're talking about 2025, you're looking at the 10th version of that particular solution that is being given to you. Trust me, that iterative work has been of such a good order. The quality of things that you're seeing now is very, very different. What could happen in case we extend the same thing like this? By the time you graduate, I'm predicting this, in the 6th semester, that is before you do your final year project work and internship, your 6th semester final examinations, you will be given 2 weeks' time. You can choose the time in which you want to write the examination and the subject for which you can write. The computer will serve the paper to you. The computer will serve the paper to you. There'll be 4 slots in a day. You want to finish all the examinations in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 2 weeks, left to you. But you have to complete all the all examinations within 2 weeks' time. That's the kind of backend that's already there. The difficulty level of the questions, what you've gone through. Another thing that you will also see happening in your batch, if you want to appear for a test, if you want to take a mock test to see how well you do, before you take the test, we will give you a test served at your house. You don't need to come to the unit at all. It will be served at where you are. You can check for your readiness, whether you are ready to take the test or not. The only anxiety that I have is if you do that, if you do badly there, you may not turn up for the test. But all that we are trying to say is our back end is ready. We can do all these kind of things. We can prepare you for a lot of things that are there. It's just a question of how much are you prepared to push us. We have data mined all the questions that are there. We know how many of these questions, what is the level of difficulty. Everything is already sorted. Then we look at, these are the things. Not too late to withdraw your admissions even now. Anybody after this presentation who decides to withdraw, 100% refund will be given to you. One, there is no choice in our exams. When I studied engineering, there were 8 questions. Most of your parents who have studied also, it was the same thing. 8 questions used to be there, answer any 5. What has PES University done? There's no 8 questions. Two chapters put together has been made Unit 1. So we have only 4 units now. All 4 units mandatory. Test 1, Unit 1 and Unit 2. Test 2, Unit 3 and Unit 4. So if you go to another VTU college, you still have this. You have 8 questions, answer any 5. You come to PES University, you get 4, you have to answer all 4. You're already in trouble. You know that, right? You're already in trouble. And if you don't study, you're in more trouble. So you have to study regularly, and you have to be prepared for all the 4 options. Next thing is the end semester assessment. Very interesting way we do it, okay? So this is the ISA format. This is one question at a time. So what happens is you have 4 units you would have answered in the final examination. Each unit is going to be valued by a different faculty member. Each unit will be valued by a different faculty member. So when the faculty member is going to be looking at it, so what you see here is a marking of 4A. You can see that, right? It has been bubbled as 4A. All 4A will go to one value. So he'll have the question on top, the model answer next to that, and all your answers one after the other. If there are 1,000 students who have written the answer, all the answers are going to be one below the other. So that faculty is only valuing one answer at a time. So in terms of the way he is going to be doing, there's going to be no bias in terms of how marks are going to be allotted. Now, a small thing has happened from the last year onwards. One more addition to it. There is an AI co-pilot running along with it. With the ideal answer that is there, it will map it and it will have said, these are the marks that the student should get for that answer. A faculty can give the marks and verify with the AI co-pilot whether the marks are okay or not, and immediately do a correction there itself. Now, what has been the benefit of this particular tool that we have put in? The number of revaluations from which was in thousands before, it has dropped down to single digit now. The reason is that at every single thing, there's a check and balance that is happening. You're able to see this is the correction that is there, then straight away things are dropping. The changes that are there also come down drastically. So the idea that is there is we need to use technology to help the quality of student experience. Here, straight away is an example. Some student complained to me, "Sir, I was told that AI is valuing your paper itself." No, AI is not valuing your paper. A faculty only is valuing your paper. The AI is telling the faculty member, for this answer, the AI would have given so much more marks and saying why so. And a faculty member has that input while he is going to be giving the marks. After giving the marks only he checks it, not before that also. We have done a back end also for it to make sure to see how much gap after the valuation of the question has the faculty member looked at the AI solution. Because we don't want the faculty to look at the AI solution only if I start giving the marks, saying AI has given this marks, I'll give the same marks. Lot of these kind of fail-safe mechanisms have been put in place so that this is going to be something that people can work with. So one-time evaluation is very, very simple. In the old time, what was happening is, if there's a student, how do we write our papers? My best answer is going to be the first one that I will answer, right? Then the next best answer. My horrible ones will be the end. So I create an impression with the valuer. The impression with the valuer is I'm a good student because my first few pages, handwriting will also be good. Then afterwards, my bad answers also, I'll get some residual marks. In this, what happens is your bad answer will go to another valuer only. You will get 0, which you should have got in the first place. You'll get 0 because that's what you should have got in the first place. What are we trying to do in PES? We are trying to fix these traditional problems that education always had. These are traditional problems. These are not new problems. We need to tell students that don't worry about all this aspect. You should only worry about one thing. Have you learned the subject properly? Are you enjoying what you're doing? Do you want to make a career out of whatever you've done? That is very important to us. And that's what we focus on in terms of one answer at a time. Results, this is something that you are going to be getting on your app, which will clearly tell you what's the marks that you've got, how is the relative performance of the people in the class, are you above the average or below the average? You see that normal distribution there. If you are there to the left of the normal distribution, you'll get good grades. If you are there to the right of the normal distribution, you'll get poorer grades. So that's going to be available for you in each class. So you can always fib and say, oh, the paper was very tough. You will have that graph there. You click on it, your parents will know. If it was tough, how is it that so many people have got more marks than you? This is another unique thing, maybe one of its kind in the country. Over 110 crores, last noted off, is a merit scholarship given to students since inception of PES University in 2014. I asked my account department, please give me correct data. I don't want around that data, sir, 90 plus, 80 plus, no. They have clearly said it is 110 plus crores of incentives have been given to students based on merit. 1 in 4 students get a merit scholarship. 5% of you will get an MRD scholarship, which is 50% of the fees that you have paid will be paid back to you as a scholarship. Next 20% of the student will get 40% that you have paid as fees back as scholarship based on your performance in the class. I don't care whether it is CET or JEE or PESAT or KSAT or in the sense that management quota. If you are there in the top 25% of the class, you are going to be given these incentives on a regular basis. In addition to this particular thing, we give also what is called as distinction awards. Any student who is going to be securing more than 7.75, is that what it is given a distinction award, which is going to be 2,000 rupees worth of book coupons are going to be given to you every semester. And all these things are going to be given to you 2 weeks after the revaluation is over for that current semester itself. So this is very, very important, MRD awards, CNR awards, and these kind of things. Last year we gave, this year we gave 31 crores. Last year we gave 24 crores. And this year it's estimated that we're going to be giving around 36 crore rupees worth of scholarships of various students. So, and this is not for 1 or 2 students. Because we get brilliant students in PES, we can't restrict our scholarship to 1 or 2 students. 25% of the students in the campus are going to be getting scholarship. So if you're not getting a scholarship, that you have to ask your kid, you're not there in the top 25% of the class. That's the indication for you. You will get an MRD or a CNR scholarship in case you're there in the top 25% of the class. Exposures, summer programs, mandatory internships, hackathons, guest lectures, networking activities, all these things are going to be very, very important. See, quite a lot of people do a summer abroad program. How will they do a summer abroad program? You finish all your curriculum requirements and you finish your project deliverables by the 7th semester, then you can take a semester off in the 8th semester. If you have decided that you got an admit in a master's program in the US and you want to do an 8th semester in the project work out there, why not? We'll allow you, we'll make it happen for you. So these kind of things were not possible in the traditional sense, but with this, definitely we can do that. The next thing that's there is in terms of entrepreneurship, Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. We have Professor Lakshmi Shah out here who heads the CIE activity in this particular campus. You can stand up. So Lakshmi Shah, in fact, in the sense that he is a very senior executive who joined us from GE, with a lot of experience that he has in various things. One of the things that you will see is that more than 300 students are doing various things in that particular center actively. Apart from making entrepreneurship course has been made mandatory in PES. One in the 3rd semester and one in the 4th semester. The ecosystem out here is very, very different. The idea is the vocabulary of this entire entrepreneurial ecosystem should be understood. And once you understand that particular thing, in the final year, some of your projects can lead to entrepreneurial activity itself. And that's the reason why we do those seeding programs that are there in the 3rd and 4th semester. This was not done year before last. This was introduced last year as a mandatory entrepreneurship course for all students in the 3rd and 4th semester. Here you'll have advanced core courses, VC exposures, and all these things are going to be done. And we also have what's called as specific venture labs, and there is close to around $500,000 worth of funding that is being given internally for students who are going to be coming up with these student ideas. Some of the companies that have been funded, there's a whole list of them that we have. Really around 20 plus companies have been doing this.
It's actually your generation which will have both the responsibility and the opportunity to do that. So I'm here to wish you all.
Such a pleasure and an honor to be here, especially on this special occasion of the Golden Jubilee celebration of PES University.
What goals inspire you and what systems in the world would you like to go about changing? And go and create them.
That I really admire by Steve Jobs, which says the most powerful person in the world is a storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, patterns, and agenda of an entire generation to come.
Okay, so that was some clips of the Golden Jubilee celebrations that we had in our campus last year. Very, very festive occasion. There are lots of events that are there on campus which you can participate in. There are close to around 100 clubs that are there on campus. It's just a question of you finding the time to do various things. The latest avatar of PES that we are now concentrating on is what are those timeless things that we can do with our student body to make sure that they're going to be more successful in life. And this originated from this particular thought of Abraham Maslow, which says, what a human being can be, they must be. Each and every student of ours is special. We need to see as an organization, how can we identify that potential in you and nurture that particular potential to get to where it eventually should get to. And that's what we are trying to concentrate on. So we came up with this new acronym. You saw Spirit then there's another acronym that you need to remember that we are now focusing on, which is called as Agile. We're talking about 5 components: awareness, goal orientation, initiative, learnability, and ethics. There are no subjects out here. It's all to do with you. Do you want to become somebody in life? Then in the sense that this institution, this infra, these thoughts, these ideas, they're all secondary. Do you have it in you to want to become something better than what you think you're capable of? First is awareness of self. Who are you? Where are you? What are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? You need to ask your questions this. Because quite a few answers are already there. Because you're already here now. Now, that cannot be changed. Once you're here, what can I do out here to get the best out of what I have as resources in this particular place is what you need to concentrate on. Put everything else behind. I need to get this. Second thing is data mining self. What are you good at? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? So that is very important. And the third thing that we talk about is in terms of awareness, whom do you trust? Do you trust your parents? Do you trust your uncles, your brother, your relative, your teacher? There's somebody whom you trust, whom you want to use as a mentor, a sounding board. I want to make sure that I go forward in life. Can you help me achieve that? If you can find a mentor for yourself in this particular campus, it would be lovely. Okay? Then goal orientation. We talk about graduating outcomes. Okay? So it's a simple thing that's there. What is your goal? At the end of your 4-year journey in PS, what should happen to you? If you say, sir, I don't know, this is that whatever happens. I've just been studying hard. That's not the way you're going to be chasing a goal. You got to have a purpose. Sir, this is what I want to accomplish by the end of my 4-year journey. 3rd-year journey, at the end of the 3rd year, so many companies are going to be recruiting. This was the goal that I need to have. Earlier on, when I was focusing about placements all the time, people used to be angry about that. Say all the time, why is it placements and placements alone that you're talking about? There are all other outcomes that we are talking. So what are the other outcomes that we can talk about? Higher education, internship, entrepreneurship, family business, all these things are outcomes. We're saying, yes, we'll accept any of the outcomes. But one of the things that we are trying to say is, getting good results, being in an academic environment like this, must be a given. How can you have a failure in an academic system like this? Everything is spoon-fed to you. You go to PESU Academy, all the lectures are available to you. All your videos are available to you. Multiple faculty inputs are going to be available for you. There are mentors available for you. With all this being there, why can't you do well? Getting results should be an easy thing to happen. Getting a job, a lot of our seniors will tell you this. If you can't get a job in campus in PES, you will not get a job outside. With 500 plus companies coming in for recruitment, if you can't get a break within PES, how are you going to get a break outside? This is the easiest way to get an entry. So what are we asking you? Not to do much. Get 7.75 GPA and above. Your case is going to be presentable. How do you achieve this? Go back, study for 24 hours a week. Automatically, good things are going to happen to you. The formula is very simple, not very complicated. In case you need help, talk to your mentor. Find out how they can help you to make sure that you're going to be better in whatever you do. That's all that you're going to be doing. The second thing that we're looking at is in employment. What kind of employment? If you say last year, I'll give you an example. 23 students got 60 lakhs plus package that is going to be there in Apple. This is only for our internal consumption. That's the highest number of people picked up by Apple anywhere in India. No IIT, no NIT, nothing. 23 people. All 23 of people were not offered jobs. All 23 of them were offered internships. All internships converted into jobs. Out of the 23 people who got jobs, 2 of them refused to take the job in Apple also. Apple was asking, why didn't they take? I said, maybe they're not finding Apple good enough to work for. Or your salary is not very attractive to them. So I am not going to be telling any of these companies why my students do what they do. All that I'm trying to say is, I train my students for the best of the opportunities that will be there in the world. And they will go with whatever opportunity that they believe is going to be suitable for them. That's how they engage with. My job is to make sure that you're competent. Not worried about what the market is going to be deciding tomorrow. So I'm not really worried about the market tomorrow. I'm only concentrating on simple things. Are you attending classes regularly? Are you studying properly? Are you doing your right things from? That's what is important to me. The rest of the things will take care of itself. Initiative. Now you set a goal. You have a mentor. Everything has happened. When your mentor is going to be there, he's going to be asking you some questions. I've asked the mentors, please ask this as the first question. What is the first question? You are meeting once a month. So once a month if you are meeting, 24 hours a week you have studied. 4 weeks later if you meet, that means you should have studied around 100 hours, right? 24 hours a week, 100 hours. First question in the mentor meeting, have you studied 100 hours or not? Do you know what is the answer? 99% of the students, no sir, we have not studied 100 hours. 99% of the students say they have not studied 100 hours. How do you think that we can get any outcome at all? Sir, I want to eat food, but I'm not ready to cook. How can you eat if you have not, in the sense that if you have not cooked, how can you eat the food? So what is this 24 hours study you have to do? That is a minimum that you need to do to any event to happen after that. It is so difficult. Sometimes we will say, is there a big trick that is going to be there? There's no trick. Just go study. In the sense that it is so hard for you to get, you understand complicated thoughts. I'm asking you a simple thing. Study for 3 hours a day. Why is it so difficult? But I love this generation. I seriously love your generation. You know why? That if you have not studied for 3 hours, you will say you have not studied for 3 hours. You are shameless. You go write an examination, you do very badly, and then you will come back, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ exam, ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Not bothered about it at all. In our time, we would be scared about our parents. If I go tell my father I have not done badly, I don't know what he'll beat me with. There's a different generation, there's a different attitude altogether. Students saying they have not studied is okay. Parents saying, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಮಗು, next time ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡು. I do not know, the employer is not addressing your child like that anymore. The employer is saying 7.75 hai, to interview mein aao, nahi to bahar jao. How do I get 7.5 suddenly that is there in case you have fooled around for 3 years? Every single semester you need to put in your work to make sure that you have got your 7.5 on a regular, 7.75 on a regular basis, and then do your projects, hackathons, all those things. Only then I can present your case, otherwise the doors are shut. Your grade point average is a door opener. So to work towards your goal of getting a tier 1 job, you need to say, I've worked hard. I've taken these initiatives. I've worked in my summers. I've participated in workshops. I've been in competitions. I've been in internships. I've been in the center. I've worked in these clubs. That's how you build your resume. Your mentor on the day one, first week, will ask you for your resume, upload your resume. Every semester, we want to see a different version of your resume. We want to know in each semester how many hackathons have you participated in, how many CXO talks have you participated in, how many competitions have you participated in. All this data has got to be required there. What's the new tool that you have learned? When did you do your math lab work? What are the projects that you have done in math lab? Oh, I'm a first semester student, sir. I don't know, but all your friends have done it. Why have you not done it? Same college, same inputs. Your friends have done it. Why have you not done it? Ajoy was saying in the morning, who are your friends? That means the friends who did it are not your friends. Be a part of the community which understands that this is what I need to do. Then automatically a lot of things will happen. All of you will figure out how to get the best out of this place. Learnability. Gone are the days, trust me, by the time you graduate, the relevance of your degree itself is going to be questioned by the world outside. By the time you graduate. So what you need to look at is trying to say, what is the skill that is going to be required out there to get into the marketplace? Now, how can I start learning that particular skill? If you go to the web and then Google anything under the sun and you want to learn, there are millions of resources that are available out there on the web by which you can learn. You can learn, you can assess, and you can apply to any practical situation before you present your case. Now, how have you become a learner? What PES is preparing you through all these exercises, how do you become a lifelong learner? We should enable you with skills for the future to say that if I want to learn anything in future, I know how to do it on my own. I know which subject I need to know. I know how to use AI to help me go through the process, and I know how to assess myself and how to apply the knowledge that I've got in that subject area. That's what we want to make sure, that this journey of learning in PES should not be restricted to what subjects that you learned. Can I make you a lifelong learner? And that is what is important in terms of learnability, what we are talking about. So you should be able to do everything on your own. Ethics. So this is very important. Actually, my daughter does this slide presentation better than me. Why do I say this? It's because of this. Ethics starts off with respecting oneself. You should respect yourself first. What is it we are talking about? I am not a bad person. I will not cheat. I will not copy. I will not imitate. I will learn from original sources of knowledge. I will not use AI to push me input through a process. No, that's you. You are a better person. Given an opportunity to copy also, you will not copy. You will not copy an assignment. You will not copy in the test or examination. You know what is the biggest challenge that I have as an institution? Can I ever conduct an examination without having an invigilator? Why do I need an invigilator? If students are going to be coming only to assess their knowledge that is there, why do I need an invigilator at all? So these are things that are there. One, respect yourself to say that you are a better human being. You can't do these wrong things. Second is, heed to your conscience. Everybody has a conscience. Everybody has a conscience. So nobody needs to tell you, don't do that. Your conscience is telling you, this is not the right thing to do. Don't do this. 2 days back, Nagarjuna gave me a call and said that, sir, 2 students of ours had an accident on the Electronic City Road. They're there in the hospital. One is seriously injured, another with moderate injuries. Now, I keep wondering, it is bound to happen. Why is it bound to happen? Because our students, they are not even looking around. I see people walking in the corridor with a mobile phone in front of them. They don't even know what is happening to them. Busy traffic in front, in the sense that they're cutting the street without seeing what's happening to the traffic around them. Some unfortunate incident can happen. How do we control it? Can we come up with draconian rules that are going to be there saying that you cannot use this at all? You cannot use mobile phones? Today morning I get up. I get a Facebook note that is there that has been sent to me. Early in the morning I said, what is that? In Kannada channel they have sent that particular thing saying that PES Hudugiru, this is there, Facebook, Hudugiru ee tara lakshana batte hakondo smoke ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಗಡಿಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ. Now, this is what they say. Now the question is, we have told in all our presentations how to dress. There's another slide I'll get to. Now, in the sense that what to wear, what not to wear. Now, am I supposed to go outside in a shop and make sure, we have given complaints to the police station saying that 100 meters around the college that is there, no cigarettes have got to be there. We have said that. We have given complaints to the local police station to raid all these shops every week to make sure that it does not happen. You know how our system works. Those guys have greased the police people also. Now, to make sure that things are not going to be far away, here at least we have an advantage. Students have to walk a long way to get out of campus. Yeah. So 100 meters is, you have to cross 100 meters within the campus only. And then left or right of that particular thing, there are hardly any activity available. In the other campus, we have access to that particular thing. And now he says, how do I intervene? Parents, don't you see your children when they leave the house in the morning? Can you not have a look at them and say, you are not appropriately dressed to go to a college? You seem to be appropriately dressed to go to a fashion show or something? What is wrong with us? Is all the responsibility of monitoring and all these things, moral policing, has got to be done only by institutions? Nobody else has the responsibility, is it? Oh, PES tumba strict appa. I am saying, why not? Maybe in the sense that we have had this debate in our meetings with the Vice Chancellor. I said we should introduce uniform for our students now. Yeah, so nothing wrong. What is there in the sense that uniform haksbitre yaru complaint iralla adadmele? We'll get tailored uniforms. Proper. proper uniforms that is there. 2-3 colors will give you tops also, so that you are not bored. Same uniform beda sir, Monday one color or Tuesday one color anta. Now the reason that is, don't trust me, we are very creative that way. We are fashionable, we are creative, we understand all these things that are there. We'll make sure that all this will be addressed. Our Vice Chancellor, I still remember, we had this workshop uniform that was there. He was said, no, we should not give workshop uniform. We'll give colored T-shirts, different colored T-shirts that were there. We did that. We understand the aesthetics of what these children want. But the question that comes in is, sensitization has got to be there from all fronts. They'll come to examination hall with cargo pants. We are supposed to frisk you, right? So in the sense that, why do you make life so difficult for us? Can you not come to the examination hall without cargo pants? Other pants are not there, is it? Then we see pants torn in all the wrong places. You say you have paid full price to take a torn pant, first of all. And then on top of that particular thing, you have an attitude also. I really do not know how to react to these situations. I'm so interested in having a student body, which will be the body which will control people at the gate only. Your seniors will stand. You are not appropriate, let us go out. Because we want to make the students only play that particular role. Why should we play the role? Don't you think that we have to run a better institution? Don't you think we know how to run a better institution? You have come to an institution, and that too I keep telling people, there are 365 days in a year, correct? No change in that. Now, in 365 days a year, classes go on for a maximum of 13 weeks in each semester. 5 days in a week, 13 weeks. 13 into 5, 65 days. Exams, 2 test weeks and 1 exam week. 5 days for each test and 5 days for the exam, 15 days. 65 days plus 15 days, 80 days. 80 plus 80, 160 days. Out of 365 days, please understand this, your child comes to the campus only for 160 days. 205 days is holidays. Can you believe this? 205 days is holidays. They don't even come to the campus. Parents will come to me, sir, nam mane tumba dura ide, sir. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋಸಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲೇ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟು ಅಮೆರಿಕಾ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್. I am telling you, if there's anybody who is spoiling your children, you are fairly responsible for that. Let them face the hardship. Please send them in BTS bus. BTS, women now free also, right? Ella free. Wherever you go free. Please go in BTS bus only. Now the question that comes in is, the government is so kind with all these schemes that are there. Please make use of all these things. That hardship you can bear. 200 days in a year is not difficult. It's not going to kill you or something like that. This can happen. Distraction, don't get distracted. Do all the things that are going to be required. Respect to yourself. Have a conscience. Have integrity. In mentoring, there's another thing that we have said. There's a small component that is there in mentoring. Let me see before I get to this one. There's one thing on finance. So in finance, what we are trying to say, world over, after you turn 18, they send your children out of the house. Manenda aache hogi keltara. They send you out of the house. You should take loan from the bank, stay alone, cook, and then earn money and also study. Most students everywhere, everybody is interested in going abroad. I want to study here. They do various things there. They earn money, $10, $12 an hour, makes a living, do a scholarship. In our country, our parents are such good people, okay? They pay you your fees. They feed you regularly. They will ask you, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ದಿನ ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, as if he has done a lot of work. Parents are so kind that is unbelievable. And after all that is going to be there, in the sense that if you ask, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋಪ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. Whenever you ask for money, you have to give money. Such nice parents. I don't know whether they know how lucky they are to have parents like you. So to bring accountability to all our students, we have come up with a small formula. First question that they ask in the mentorship meeting is, what is that? How many hours have you studied? Second question they are going to ask is, how much do you owe your parents? Now you must be wondering, what is this question? After the age of 18, okay, you need to record. All money that is given to your children is going to be at 6% interest, 0.5% per month, cumulative interest. Do you understand what I'm saying? 0.5% per month, cumulative interest. Nim fees kattidiralla, that is the first entry in the Excel sheet now. In the mentor list, ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ fees ಎಲ್ಲ first ಹಾಕಿದೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ. Already there. In your first mentor meeting, it will already there. Excel sheet, how much money you have given. Monthly, we will ask question, ಎಷ್ಟು pocket money ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನಿಮ್ಮ parent ಅಂತ. ಅದನ್ನು enter ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. And every month, end of the month, 0.5% interest calculate ಮಾಡಿ, what I owe you ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I owe you number is there. Is that understood? The reason is, the biggest problem that we are having with our next generation is, they are not sensitized towards money. They think money comes on money plants. There is that infinite resources that you have, and parents will keep on giving you how much ever you want. I don't think there is infinite resources that are there. There is no future. Parents are investing money thinking that you are the future. Trust me, parents, I don't believe there's a great future. I'm doing a great marketing job only. Great future for your children is available only if they study for 24 hours a week. Simple logic. They're not studying. Trust me when I'm saying this simple thing, they're not studying. You monitor. You monitor and show me that your child is studying that much time. 80% of the students are not even studying 10 hours a week. All of them are lying. They are doing WhatsApp. They are doing messaging. They are there on the computer. They are doing some rubbish. They are playing games. You don't even know. You don't even know. Oh, yavaglu computer mundene irtane. What does that mean? What does that mean? Doesn't mean anything at all. My theory is, please get into the basics, study properly, supervise your work. For me, your only testimony, you can tell them, Nodappa, neen yen martidyo na nodala. I will not see what you are doing. Get me 7.75, no questions will be asked. Get me 7.75 because your Chancellor has told in the meeting, 7.75 mein sab kuch ho jayega. Get 7.75 and then we'll have a look at it. Put some milestones that are there, which is going to be very good. Okay?
When we talk about the world out there, it changes every day. So when you pick a university, you need one that prepares you for this change. One that fits your growing personality and can see the leader you're aching to be. Building and not breaking everything you already believe. At PES, we give you the skills to change our world and the discipline to navigate it. Here you will find minds that move in the same direction and values that soon become second nature. You learn to persevere no matter what the situation, excelling while you're at it, and always giving back so much more than you get. But PES is more than this. It's a shoulder to lean on, arms to curl into, a mirror to reflect. And Jago represents just that, filling you with strength and wisdom. You find here the warmth of home right away from it, and friends to last you a lifetime. We are more than just a university, and our students are made for great things. Teaching you to be joyful, approachable, generous, and optimistic. With Jago leading the way, not even the sky is the limit. PES University, empowering students to navigate the real world.
So, this is a 40-slide presentation. We are in slide number 36. We're going to be done shortly, okay? This is something that, this is our mascot, introducing Jago. Of late, I'm very, very sure that you're going to get a lot of gyan from not just what we say here, but so many people in the marketplace. Today, your gurus are more electronic in nature. There are so many people who follow so many people on so many platforms. You have your own set of people on Insta that you follow, the same set of people that you're going to be seeing in various other modes. My suggestion to you is that don't be too judgmental. Children are going to be children. So we'll keep pushing them. We want them to study harder. We want them to participate in so many activities. We tell people that saying that you have to play one individual sport, you have to play one team sport. All of them want to do everything. Every student, whenever I talk to them one-to-one, saying that, don't you want to do all these things, beta? He'll say, sir, yes, I want to do all these things. I do not know why they are not able to plan it in such a way that they can do it that way. To say that, hey, I want to play, I will make time for this particular thing, I have this 30 hours, my schedule is for 24 hours, there is 6 hours open slot that's there in a week. What can I do in the college when I'm there for 6 hours? Majority of the time, the students are saying, I come in the morning, I want to run out as soon as my last class is over. Can I change that perception? Can I make them spend time in the library? Can I ask them to go to a recreation center? Can they have some friends who will say that I'm a part of a badminton club? I'm a part of a pickleball club. Can I do some healthy activities that are there? You see people who have graduates from PES itself for having heart attacks at a very young age. I do not know what is happening. Why is it happening? Ultimately, I think the whole experience in these 4 years, you can't take it back. This is the best time of your life. This is the best time of your life. I said all these things, but still I'm saying this is your best time of your life. I think these attributes, which are not related to anything that happens in the classroom, very important. One, you should be having a joyful experience out of it. You should be happy people. When you go out 4 years from now, you should be happy. The second thing is, you should find yourself approachable. Somebody should be able to talk to you. If your parents are scared to talk to you, there's something wrong in what we have done for 4 years. You should be approachable. I mean, people should say that, hey, he's a nice person to have around you. The next thing is, you should be generous. We have this conversation even with our faculty members. To pat a student on the back, it doesn't cost money. To smile at somebody, it's not going to be costing money. Why is it that we can't do such simple stuff? Then we got to be optimistic. Everybody is going to be talking about the fact that AI is going to kill the world outside. But not PES students. We got to prepare you for that. That's a challenge. The way we look at whatever is going to be happening in our ecosystem outside is, hey, that's what is happening. How do we prepare for that? How do we collaborate with the AI tools that we have? How can we challenge you with harder problems that are there? We feel that there's so much of resources that are available through this AI platform that it is unbelievable what we can do with what we have. You think that is limitation. I think the potential of this is limitless. We need to make AI a friend. We need to engage with that particular thing, and we need to have discussions around that. We cannot have trust issues around that. If you look at my presentation 30 years back, this would have been my first slide. Because why PES was known only for two things. We are very strict, and the next thing is our placements were good. Why do people join PES, sir? You're very strict and strict. Parents like it, students don't like it. Placements, both students and parents like it. But the logic is they're interlinked. Some of the things that are very, very important is habits. So let me tell you, whenever I talk about these things, I give myself as an example because I want to say that please do what I do. I don't want to advise something that I am not doing. First thing is getting up in the morning. My alarm every day rings at 5:40 in the morning. Wherever I am, I get up at 5:40 in the morning. by 10 p.m. in the night, I would have walked 15,000 steps. And I have done this for 12 years in a row now. When you walk 15,000 steps, that means you should have walked for 2.5 hours. You should have walked 2.5 hours. And that's what I'm asking you to study. Okay? 2.5 hours is what is going to be there. Every day in the morning, come what may, in the sense that I will walk for 1.5 hours. The reason is that's very important. Habits are very, very important. Next, in terms of things that are there, so start with good habits. Getting up in the morning, studying for 3 hours a day, studying for 4.5 hours a day when college is not working, playing an individual sport, playing a team sport, all very, very important. If people are going to be saying, by just doing academics, I'm going to be in good shape, no, I don't agree with that. All of you should make sure, boy or girl, you need to make sure. I see this happening. Yesterday, I went to a meeting. I climbed up 12 floors to go to a meeting. I felt pretty good about it. Then somebody will say, are you mad? Can you be feeling good about walking 12 flights of steps? Students, I'll see them as if they're handicapped people standing in front of the lift. They actually look like handicapped people only. Next, I want to put a board in front of the lift for handicapped access only. Why? I mean, where is the need for that particular thing? If you can climb 1 or 2 flights that are there, please climb 1 or 2 flights. There's nothing wrong. There are enough lifts. But why? Because you're not even walking. One parent asked our chief operating officer during counseling, sir, metro station inda campus borokke tumba dura sir. Allinda transportation arrange ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ sir ಅಂತ. Luckily, I was not facing that question. Otherwise, I would have said, ನೀವು next time college ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಂತ. The reason is, metro station is 500 meters away from that metro station into your classroom. Metro station to our classroom is 500 meters. If you go to America, minimum walking distance from any parking lot to your office will be 1 kilometer. In America, it is okay. In India, tumba dust sir illi. Traffic, dust, pollution, nam kaiyali agalla. I really don't understand what the hell are we talking about. Even that conversation is a wasted conversation. That poor mother thinks that the son or daughter will become tired by walking 500 meters. There are these students who are waiting. You see this, we have this, what do you call that, golf carts to bring patients from the gate to this particular thing. So some students are eyeing that golf cart because they want to get in the golf cart to be dropped on the way here. So I've told them, we'll provide golf carts. Let students get into it. Take them directly to the outpatient department. Register them. We'll do free checkup. Because we are short of outpatient requirement that we have for the medical council. See, the reason that is that I do not know what are we dealing with here. So in the sense that please make sure that you become healthier through your habits, walk in campus wherever possible, walk out of campus. We're going to be creating nicer areas for engagement. A lot of play fields are coming up on the left-hand side. You see all that landscaping work that is going on. In the next 3 months, the entire frontage is going to be totally decked up. The person who is responsible for doing it, our chief operating officer, has this project that he's on to. Some fantastic things have been planned. Trust me, when it's all going to be ready, you will enjoy it. Last week, if you had come on campus, you couldn't have come around that particular cricket field also. We made that happen. You saw that so many cars were parked out there. That greenery, the vegetation, the play fields, all this, the transformer lines is being removed now. So all those lines are going to get over. So in the next 2-3 weeks, this whole place is going to look very different. You can ask all your seniors, in the 4 years that you have been there or 3 years that is there, haven't you seen change on campus? Every single month, you will see changes on campus. You will see by the time you're going to be graduating also a good thing. Next, time and money. A lot of people think that they're studying a lot. I have a problem. Let's talk about your theory and lab. 24 hours a week, correct? 24 hours a week, 13 weeks, 14 weeks, 15 weeks. That's what we have, right? We said 13 weeks of classes, 2 weeks of test, and 15 weeks. 15 weeks means 15 days. because in 1 week there's only 24 hours. 15 weeks means 15 days. 15 days plus 15 days, 30 days out of 365 days. Our engagement with our student through a formal mechanism is only for less than 10% of the time. 90% of the time, the student is sleeping, eating, traveling, studying, engaging with other activities that we have got nothing to do with. You go to MIT, you go to Stanford, you go to any place, that's the only amount of engagement that is going to be taking place. If that is the amount of engagement that is taking place, what is he doing with the rest of the time? Trust me when I say this particular thing, please understand that most of whatever good or bad things that happen is because of the effort of the student only. How are you engaging in the classroom? How are you engaging with projects? How many hackathons? How many CXO talks? What are the ways in which you are engaging yourself outside the classroom? Your study hours is also outside the classroom. How much more of your 90% is involved in academic-related activity? The next thing that we talk about, money. I already told you this. You can earn a lot of money. A lot of students, I have an attitude problem with students. When companies come for recruitment, I'll give you an example. Accenture came to recruit. 600 students yet to be placed. They register. And on the day of recruitment, only 200 turn up. 400 people don't turn up. When we ask the question to the student, sir, the job offer is not good enough. I'm telling you, Baba, you haven't got an offer only. Your job offer comes after you get the offer, right? You have already 200 companies have rejected you. Now Accenture is coming to recruit and you are saying that no. Why? Because his friend got a tier 1 job. He'll be insulted if he gets this job. I am telling people, anything more than 5,000 rupees is a bonus for you. Why 30,000 or 5 lakhs? Have this attitude. In the sense that if your way of living is going to be frugal, then automatically whatever money is incidental. Because I have seen people, in case you get a 30,000 rupee job also, after 5 years if you do well, you will get the same kind of remuneration later. You got to make the entry first. What is your attitude? It's a very poor attitude that you get. So that is the reason why I'm talking value of money. We have to instill this in small ways. Parents, please ask this question. 0.5% I owe you, neev kelalla, naan keltini. I will ask. I will ask the mentors to ask. Please ask them so that people understand there's a value for money. In case the money was not given to you, the parents would have an option to put it in the bank. And the bank would have given them that amount of interest. So, attire and presence, I've already told you about it. Please make sure that we are not having a dress code, but we are right at the border of introducing uniform. Right at the border. One day, one mad sign, it trips, we'll make it uniform. Let me ask you this question, because our students are very frank, okay? How many of you would love to have a uniform on campus? Please raise your hands. No, student, not parent. Look at this, not a single student. Not a single student. This is the generation I'm dealing with. Day in and day out, okay? This is what all faculty are dealing with this generation. Why? All these people who got these awards today, please stand up. Just stand up. Just stand up. Look at how smart they look. Why? Yeah, how smart they look. Please sit down. What is wrong? That means you should be distinguished to wear a uniform also. You should be distinguished to wear a uniform also. Nothing wrong in that particular thing. So all that I'm trying to say is nothing wrong. Attire and presence. Mobile and social media. See, trust me, your mobile device is your mobile device. Content on that, in case somebody says, somebody used my password and sent this message on a WhatsApp group, I'm not responsible for that. We can't do anything. Recently, we have received a circular from the police to say that they are going to be coming to any campus, any classroom, any hostel for a raid for narcotics. So when they come and find anything in that particular place, it is a criminal offense and you will be immediately dismissed from the institution. If your friend is also involved in that particular thing, unfortunately, if you have not told knowing that particular thing, we will have to take action against you also. If at all you have any such habits that are going to be there, please do not join PES at all. Do not join, because we do not want to deal with that kind of people at all. We have enough good students with us. We want to work with them. When you look at this percentage of people who are involved in all these things, trust me, it will be less than 0.5%. Less than 0.5%, but they are there. How do we know? When we get to the next thing, ragging, trust me, the only people who will rag you in this campus will be your faculty in the classroom. No student is allowed to rag. So if a student is going to rag, he knows that what kind of trouble will be there for that student also, in the sense that it is going to be draconian in terms of what we're going to do to students who are going to be involved in ragging. Smoking, drinking, and drugs. We do not have special topics in these subjects. We don't teach students how to smoke, drink, or do drugs. They have learnt it on their own, in their 90% of the time. In the 90% of the time. So in the sense that who should observe these students for 90% of the time? The parents are responsible for that. You cannot say if a student is coming, if your child is coming home late every night, why is he coming late every night? Shouldn't it be a question that you will ask? If he is coming there, go to him and smell him once to find out, does he smell like alcohol? I'm being very blunt out here. You are responsible for that. It's your child, okay? In the sense that, aren't you not responsible for that? Asking questions with whom did you go? What did you do? Is that wrong in asking those questions? VC asked that particular thing. Being strict, if that's being strict, then you're paying money for that also. I have a simple rule for students who want to do any of these things. Smoking, drinking, and drugs, okay? If at all you want to do it. One small request I have today, please do not do it for the next 4 years. Please do not do it for the next 4 years. Hopefully, by that time, you would have matured enough to know that I should not be doing it. And if at all you do it after 4 years also, please do it with your own earnings, not with your parents' earnings, because interest will also be there on top of it. That meter is on. So in the sense that it is unfair that you take your parents' money to have these bad habits also on top of it. So not to do that. Hostel etiquette. People will come to hostel, parents and some people. Today, you need to understand the profile of our students and their parents. CXO, in this campus, we have around 5,000 students. Out of these, at least 2,000 students, their parents are CXOs of various companies or IAS and IPS officers. That's the profile of the people who are there. They will come to the campus, or recruiters. When so many people are going to be coming, they'll go to a center, they will go to a cafeteria, they will go to a hostel, and they will look at people. It is very, very essential for us to make sure that the decorum in that particular place is good. There'll be dress code in all these places. Common areas, how should you dress? Your room, how you should be. All these things are very important. You can't say, sir, it's my space. If you have such kind of rights that you want over it, then you should not be staying in our hostel. You should stay with your parents, or you should stay in a private residence. Once you're going to be a part of any institutional property, there is going to be certain decorum with which you're going to be using the facilities that are there. Please adhere to those facilities. It is done only to make sure that your life is going to be simpler and we can administer it in a better manner. Last thing, placements. I somehow missed this particular slide earlier. Let me just go back and then come to that one. I think it was on the identity slide. Sorry about this. Yeah. So this is very, very important. When you really look at an identity, why are students joining colleges across the country? They talk about this single parameter that is there is in placements. This is a sample data of only the engineering students who got placed last year. 1031 students got placed on campus. These are unique students. So if you click on 1031, my website will give you the list of students. and the companies that they've got and the offer that they've got, including offer letters are there. Now, let me tell you some piece of information. This is the largest number of students placed in any engineering college in the state of Karnataka. Largest number of students. If anybody is telling you anything else, they are lying. Anybody telling you anything else in any other institution, any data that you see in the newspaper, no competition is going to be crossed 1,000 numbers last year. You can go to any website, take out all the data that is there, but one thing I can tell you, you can go to my website, once you have the passport access, we'll let you click on 1031, it'll give you the name, the company and the offer, and the letter is going to be available for you. That is what is very, very important. When you talk about integrity, when you talk about articulating this particular task, the number of companies, that is very, very important to us. I very clearly asked Deepak in the morning, Deepak, do I have evidence of 1031 along with their letter of offers that are there? Sir, it is available. That is integrity that is going to be there in terms of what we're going to be getting. And this is where I said more than 600 of them out of 1031 have got an offer in excess of 12 lakhs per annum. An offer of over 12 lakhs per annum. Now, out of those 600 people who got an offer of 12 lakhs and above, 500 of them had a grade point average in excess of 7.75. Got it? Why am I talking about 7.75? The reason is you understand that. This is a grade point average requirement which gives you the best success for doing that. 100 of them got without getting 7.75. Do you want to take that chance? This is a bigger lot that is going to be there. So that's what you need to go after. I think I can get used to this. Okay. So placements is a very important thing. I think that's something that is very, very important. We covered a lot of ground to say that that's what we want to accomplish. So one of the complaints that always parents had told me was that, sir, he became a mechanical engineer, he became an electrical engineer. So as soon as current goes in our house, he doesn't know where the fuse is also. We are going in a car, and then in the sense that a puncture happens, they don't know how to change the tire. So we decided that we're going to do an activity to make sure that parents feel that their children have become engineers. Okay? That's what we're going to be doing for the next week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Other than Ganesh Chaturthi, all other 4 days we'll have this activity. So this is what we did in the last few years. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. Each day is a different activity. You're going to be divided into 4 different groups. So Monday, one activity, Tuesday, another activity, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So that's how it's been designed. I'm sure it's a small immersion activity, and by the end of it, in the sense that you'll get to know the other people in your class, the kind of relationship that's there, who is your mentor, what is the activity, all this is going to be done by the time we get to serious studies week after that. By 2030, we have some small goals. We want to have 5 successful startups. We have had initial 2-3 rounds of funding that has happened to a few companies already on campus. 10 centers for excellence. There are these areas in which we want to take some leadership in. We'll be sharing that in due course in terms of what you have done. I will be addressing you every semester, department-wise. So we'll focus on what exactly are we going to be doing specifically with regarding to what's happening in your department. That's what there. We are looking at being ranked amongst the top 50 institutions by NRF ranking for institutions that are there as a university. Hopefully in the sense that we'll accomplish that by 2030. Generally, when we come to this is the last slide. What are the questions that you have? Most of the questions are related to transfers, okay, in terms of what happens now. So one, the entire process of admission is not yet over because the CET is yet to finish their second round and all the things that are there. And then we have also this mobility engagement that we have with students saying that if they get a merit seat there, they can move to it. Once all that happens, which is supposed to be sorted out in the next fortnight, it will all be done. Any vacancies that are going to be done, we're going to be doing internal transfers, okay? So it is going to be based on management quota to management quota, PESAT quota to PESAT quota, and CET to CET. So based on your rank, we'll just move you around in that quota. Next, when is the next opportunity for a transfer? Transfers are going to be done again in the third semester. It can be done in the same campus, between department to department. It can happen in the other campus also, from this campus to that campus. All that can happen. When does that happen? It happens after the second week of the third semester. The vacancies of the first 2 years is going to be put up on the notice board. Any vacancies that would have come later also will all be put up out there. And the transfer criteria is purely merit. There is no other criteria. Your CGPA is going to be important. So your performance in the first 2 semesters is going to be the basis for transfers. How many students got transferred from this campus to that campus this year? Roughly around 50, JSP? From this campus to that campus, around 50 of them got transferred. Overall transfers were 100 plus. But insofar as the number of people who had a campus change was around 50 students from this campus moved to the other campus. Few students from that campus also moved to this campus because they wanted to transfer into computer science. That has also happened in the year. Hostel accommodation. There's been a limitation in terms of the hostel accommodation that we have. It's been offered on a first-come, first-served basis. All the girl students are going to be staying at the Amatra campus for all the 4 years. Amatra is the school that PES runs, and it's at 15 minutes duration away from here. The boys also will stay in the same hostel in another building that is there for the first year only. The senior students are going to be moving into this particular campus. Apparently, the seniors, this hostel is also full. We don't have any capacity here. We are building new hostel facilities on this campus. We're going to breaking ground in the next 2 months. It'll take another 2 years for the hostels to move into this particular campus itself. We are run out of hostel facilities even in the other campus. We have started construction activity there. Even there, it's going to take another 2 years before it's going to be done. The third component is with regarding to transportation. We have a lot of bus routes. As a policy, we don't want to increase the number of bus routes. If your buses are not adequate, you need to look at private transport to get to this particular place. The biggest thing is for the last 5 years, in every presentation, I've been telling people, metro is coming, metro is coming, metro is coming. Finally, metro has come. So in the sense that metro services have already started, so there's a way by which you can leverage that particular facility. One small advice to students, do not take the last metro by which you can get here. Because right now the metro services are going to be open in the last yellow line only 25 minutes once. In which case, in the sense that you need to probably plan to get to that particular metro station at least 1 hour before, so that if you miss a train, you have an opportunity to catch the next one. But it is expected to reduce to 5 minutes in the next 6 months. The number of train sets that are being added, they have given a schedule that is there. By January, in the sense that they're talking about 3 more train sets, and by May, they're talking about all the 6 are going to be available. So once the 6 train sets are going to be available, you'll have a train that's going to be coming in every 5 minutes. I think that's going to be a convenient thing that you have. There are help desks that has been made available for you for all these issues of hostel, transportation, and other things. Don't be anxious. Your mentors will be there. And then in the sense that once the assignment is going to be done, your first line of any communication is going to be your mentor. If your mentor is not able to resolve that particular problem, it will get escalated to the departmental chairperson. If the departmental chairperson cannot solve that problem, it will go to the Pro-Vice Chancellor to deal with that particular issue. So I am very, very sure that with this escalation matrix in place, it should be possible to resolve all your problems within that frame itself. Because very rarely does it get scaled up to the Vice Chancellor's office. So please use those means that are there to meet out. Whenever you have meetings in this hall in future, when seating arrangements are going to be done also, you will all sit in the same row along with your mentor. That's how it's going to be done. So whenever we have meetings and everything that is there, so the mentor will keep track whether you're participating in all the meetings or not. Any of the issues that are there related to that will get escalated to the mentor for it to be addressed. All right? Any questions? Looks like you've understood everything that I've said, and you're all promised me, right? You're going to be studying for 24 hours a week. That's what it is. You study for 24 hours a week. Make sure that you don't spend much of your parents' money. That's another condition also. If you make these two things happen, we are there with you to make sure that you're going to do well in life. Thank you very much for the patient listening. Now we're going to be breaking for lunch that has been arranged just outside, and a campus tour to follow after that. Thank you.
Yeah, just one small input to all the students and parents. On social media, you might receive some WhatsApp messages and so on and so forth indicating that there is a freshers party being organized and so on. That's all bogus, but they still have a PES University logo and so on. Please be aware, none of it. The freshers party, etc. is not organized in PES University by anybody whatsoever. This inauguration is the party that is there. Welcome to PES. Be on the lookout for such fraud messages. Thank you.
Request the volunteers to please assist parents and students to the venues, counters where the food is being served. There is one counter which is, both the counters are outside the auditorium. This right-hand side exit on my side would lead to 8 of them, and there's left-hand side also you can take where there are again 16 counters set up. Request the volunteers to please assist the parents.
Thank you all for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day.